What's going on, Consciouz Crew? It is your favorite breakdown commentator, CTV. Welcome to another riveting episode of the Consciouztv platform. Happy to have you guys in the building. This has been a live stream that has certainly been a long time coming. So I'm gonna Musa, because this has been a very interesting predicament to be in. Before we get into this predicament, you already know what I need you all to do, which is to thumbs up this video. It is something that is free, $99. Okay, it don't hurt you or harm you to thumbs up the video. When you thumbs up the video, you are supporting me and entertaining you and stimulating you and educating you and doing all the things that leave you with something to do with the amount of time that I am live for. So just out of sheer appreciation, you hit that old nasty piece, a thumbs up, which not only helps with YouTube's algorithm, but more importantly, it triggers up YouTube's notification system. So when you are thumbing up a video, you are literally knocking on the you are knocking on the front door of any Consciouz Crew member and telling them to get their arses into the sanctuary. All right. Also share the live stream out to wherever it is you have digital media, whether that be your YouTube community wall, your Instagram, your Snapchat, your Facebook, your MySpace, the dark side of Twitter, Tumblr, or your personal OF. I don't really give a damn where you lay the link. Just let them whores know. The Real Out Live and in color. And also shout out to all of the new subscribers. And with no further ado, let's go ahead and push on. Where's my intro? Through. Okay.
I know a place where you can recharge your soul.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
And in the midst of brokenness, he gon' see your asshole.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
You gon' heal, you gon' laugh and catch a little shade.
Ooh, girl.
Y'all know he be slaying, y'all better stop playing. Come hear what he's saying.
Ladies and gentlemen.
All right, what's going on, Consciouz Crew? We are here to get into, hands down, one of the most effed up, over the top, extreme, and just flabbergasting circumstances yet that I have found myself in on social media. I would not wish this level of fuckery on anyone. I want to lay out a disclaimer before I proceed forward. When I finally decided that I was ready to give an update and that enough time had went by, I had a certain attitude and energy that I was going to lead this discussion from. And that was going to be with a lot of class and decorum, which still may happen. It just depends. But there was an onslaught of bizarreness that took place in my live chat because I had set this watch page up about a day or two in advance. And some real suspect things went down in the live chat of that watch page. And I want to shout out to my moderators, Ray and Lady Royal Supreme or Supremacist, for holding it down and for regulating yesterday, for also archiving everything, because I'm going to reference the screenshots of the things that were stated in the watch page last night And you all are going to understand why I'm going to go ahead and peel off the entire Band-Aid. Because motherfuckers are playing in somebody's face. And I'm at the point where any level of playing in my face is going to require and result and default to absolute wig snatching. I'm issuing a disclaimer right now, going forward, that if you want a sensible, grounded, professional CTV, that's going to be heavily predicated and determined by what the fuck you do and what your conduct is in my face. If you decide to disrespect, if you decide to take that time to be a weirdo, to be a freak, then just go ahead and consider yourself dead. So, because more came to the light, and then y'all know I tie up loose ends, a hand was really exposed in different ways. So, in this update, we're going to address those screenshots. I'm going to show you all what started all of this. I'm going to show you guys what happened and what was sent to me. I'm going to talk to you guys about what measures I took afterward. And then I will allow you all to make up your own minds, because my mind is not even completely made up either. So, you guys know that last month, in the month of November, during my birthday week, there was a lot of things that were transpiring. I was initially going to go vacation for a week, celebrate my birthday, because I'm not really a birthday boy. But you guys had blessed me so much and showed me so much love, and I had been working my ass off and had really just felt good about the year. And it put me in a celebratory mood. But destiny and fate would have it be something else. So that same week, Devon Ray, Sledgehammer Head, Unwind with Toxic K, Storm and Row, Fiasco erupted again. So y'all were getting the voice notes, y'all were getting all the stuff that was going on, all the vindication thereof. All right, the Lord's work was being done. In that same bracket of time, there had been a altercation that had took place on my platform. It was supposed to be one that led to a resolve. And ultimately there was a very hard resolve, but a resolve nonetheless. A few days after that resolve, something else took place on another content creator's channel that led to me being DM'd by the supporter who tried to resolve their issues with another influencer on my platform. They sent me the link of what was happening. They were distressed. They were very upset. They were upset during the resolve, but you guys are going to hear all of that take place. And about 15 minutes later, after I was trying to coach this person into just calming down, backing away from the content if the content was very triggering, etc., I got another message from that same profile that my supporter was using. And this individual told me that my subscriber had just unalived themselves. So everything else after that just became a ball of confusion because I was never updated afterwards. The person in the inbox gave me their name. I still didn't know their location. I don't know what they look like. There was nothing I could do with the name all by itself. I'm going to talk to you guys about everything I did, having just a name of the person who was allegedly talking to me, and all the other actions I took because you guys gave me some great feedback and advice, and I took that up, and I'm going to tell you guys how ridiculous that was. And I'm going to have a conversation after I show you guys everything. And I'm going to drop the link because this supporter was not only my supporter, this supporter was Storm and Rose supporter as well. And the content creator that this subscriber, which you all may know by now, is Viper. You guys know Viper. She hasn't been with us long, but she's been with us very tough. And she's been committed for the past few months in which she has been with the platform. She has been a consistent donor. She has she's also she has also been a supporter of Storm Monroe. She actually discovered my channel through Storm. And Viper is the type of supporter who's very protective. And she's extremely loyal and dedicated. And she's very proud of the content creators that she stands by. And there wasn't many of those influencers that she did that for. Me and Storm were practically, you know, the only influencers that she really committed to. So one day, I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna show you something. My emotions kind of got me out of whack right now, so now I'm kind of discombobulated. But she got into an altercation with Love Jones, who you guys may know is also a content creator on YouTube. She's also Storm and Rose co-host. And I didn't know anything about what had happened over on Storm's platform, but apparently around the time that it was Love Jones' birthday, there was a collaboration between Love Jones and Storm that happened on his platform. And Storm and Love Jones were drinking and cutting up and doing what birthday people do, being in birthday energy. Apparently, Love Jones said something jokingly, I think referencing Love Jones and Storm as Ike and Tina. Apparently, this is terminology that even Storm and Love Jones use, apparently, to describe themselves. You know, just a playful shit. According to Viper, Love Jones kind of had an adverse reaction to her just having playful banter with the both of them from the chat. Love Jones began, according to Viper, getting very nasty and volatile and referring to the chat as bitches and hoes, and just started using language that was considered to be combative and disrespectful. And this really hurt Viper's feelings because she didn't mean anything by it. She said she was only using phraseology and terminology that Storm and Love Jones themselves use, so she didn't really understand where all of the heat was coming from. And she, even after everything went down, tried to go over apparently to Love Jones' platform and really just kind of tell her how she felt. And I don't think that went too well either. And then one day I was about to go live. My watch page was already set up and Viper was just going the fuck off in my live chat. I wasn't even live at this point yet, so I could see the chat when I came into the stream. And she was just going off about Love Jones and something that had transpired. I didn't see any of this. I had no idea what had transpired, etc. I could see that she was obviously very upset by it. So I go through with my live chat and do my show. And then at some point in that show, I decide to give Viper the link, and Love Jones also entered the chat as well. So I saw that they were both there. I gave the link to them both. That happened. And then after that happened, there was an agreement that they would just want to squash it, let it go, etc. And then apparently Love Jones didn't keep her word. And 6 days later, Love Jones did a live stream and was apparently slamming Viper and was, I guess, making disparaging remarks. And this led to Viper DMing me and telling me that Love Jones was dragging her and she didn't want to live anymore. She wanted to unalive herself anymore. And she was never going to confront a narcissist ever again. And I was just trying to calm her down because I knew at this point how sensitive Viper was. Now, I want to say this before I even go any further into this. Viper had already let me know that she was going through a lot with her health and that she had been hospitalized for some time. There had been things going on with her health, things they were trying to correct, get situated, etc. I wasn't sure of the details, So YouTube was like her outlet. And me and Storm were like, you know, her favorite influencers, performers, entertainers, etc. So she was really invested in us because it was compounded by all of the stress that she was going through with her health. I never had spoke to Viper on the phone or anything prior to the live where I dropped the link and allowed her to come up with Love Jones. That was my first time actually hearing Viper's voice. She had always corresponded with me on Instagram and sent me various things that she thought was funny, or even, you know, topics that she thought would be cool for me to cover on the show. So when she had hit the link, you guys are going to see that I had put a banner up. And I'm kind of giving you guys context so that you understand everything. When she came up, she didn't even know how to use StreamYard. When she was backstage in the green room, Love Jones was already up on the platform. I didn't want to bring Viper up until she had calmed down because I could see she was in a hospital. I could see she was in a hospital gown. I could see that she had some type of a head covering on. I don't know if it was a bonnet or what it was. I could kind of make out her features because you could tell she was struggling with like trying to turn the phone off, and so she had the phone up super close, so I couldn't get an entire profile of her. I could just see like her forehead and her eyebrows, her hairline. I think she might have had in box braids because I could see like the edge of her hair sticking out of the bonnet or whatever the head wrap was. But I definitely saw the hospital ceiling, and I could see the hospital gown, and I saw her complexion, and once again, I saw her face from certain angles, but I never saw enough of her face to even be able to identify her. So even if I saw Viper in a Million Woman March, I would not be able to identify her. I would not be able to point her out on a flyer. If she was to walk past me right now, I would not know that it's Viper, except if she spoke, because I did get to hear her once she did adjust her camera and cam down and then came up to speak to Love Jones. I want to fast forward to get to this end part because I'm going to work our way backwards a little bit. The person who was in my inbox that informed me from Viper's Instagram page was a woman named Crystal Green. She claimed to have been a relative, I think, a loved one at best, of Viper, and she had told me that she had heard a big noise and then had ran through the house. I don't know where this even took place at. By this time, Viper could have been out of the hospital and back at home. I don't know if she lived with her relatives. I don't know if she lived with her sister. I don't know anything about her living arrangements. I don't know shit about any of that. So I don't know whether this happened at the actual health facility that she was being treated at, etc. I don't know. But this person claimed to be a loved one by the name of Crystal Green. And she was going off in my inbox, and she was, and what you guys are going to see, I'm going to let you guys hear all of that. Matter of fact, I ain't even going to go into all that. I'm going to let you guys just see it. You guys are going to see in that exchange that she pretty much just stopped responding to me. She just kind of thanked me for being a light in Viper's life and pretty much told me that the family would deal with whatever. And then that was it. So a month later, it's now a month later, it's beyond a month later, I set up this watch page for this stream here. And there's someone in my chat named Cocoa Puff. My mods, Ray, and my mods, Lady Royal Supremist, were engaging this individual. And I'm going to show you the things that were being said by this Cocoa Puff, who apparently is Crystal Green, the person who allegedly was speaking to me after Viper allegedly took her life with a GUN shot. So these were the screenshots that I was sent last night, courtesy of Ray. Thank you so much, Ray. And once again, thank you, Lady Royal Supremus, for holding it down. This was all going down in my, I didn't even know this was going down in my watch page yesterday. So you can see here, this person name is Cream Puff. There's a comment that's being said here. Obviously, it's kind of cut off, but it starts with, can expose her. I have my family permission. I'll be waiting on this moment for closure. We have questions too. We don't know what happened. Ray says, Cream Puff, you are going to force us to time you out until the live starts tomorrow. Lady Royal says, Cream Puff, that's exactly what others are feeling and saying. The person does mention having mental illness issue. This is why we ask subbies to stay out of YouTubers' business and beef. Cream Puff then says, and CTV, I apologize to you personally for sending you a picture of her death. I was hurt, and you said that you did not or don't believe it. Now, some of these screenshots are out of order. It really doesn't matter if they're out of order because it's not really the point. Cream Puff then is responding to Lady Royal and saying, I guess shit hurts and I have nightmares every night. Why would she unalive herself because of someone she never met? Is my family question? I don't know what that says. My moderators are responding, obviously. Cream Puff says the CTV isn't monetized. He doesn't need views for a check. Thank you for clearing that up. I do not have monetization turned on my platform. That's why you guys do not see ads. I don't collect the Google AdSense check. So there's nothing that I do here that is done for money. Because obviously, activating my goddamn whatchamacallit would do so. And I've largely decided not to activate the monetization of my channel until I hit a certain threshold and I feel like the check would really be worth it. Right now, I enjoy playing music and various things that would complicate even trying to get a decent Google AdSense check. For me, I just don't feel like at this level, it's really worth it to pussy pop when it comes to monetization. It requires a lot. It requires a lot of censorship when it comes to language. I like to have a lot of panels here. We get real fucking crunk. We get real turned up. We like to talk our shit. All of that stuff fucks up a Google AdSense check because videos have to be cleared based upon commercials and companies that don't want their trailers and commercials just slapped on crazy shit. So YouTube just requires a lot that just ain't worth it for me. Like, I'm fine. Y'all donate to the platform. I have a Patreon. I'm fine with you guys just supporting the platform, which allows us to continue to do what it is that we do. Okay? So Cream Puff says, Lady Royal, I'm just angry at Viper. She didn't have to leave like this. I was in the living room and she was in the bathroom. All she had to do was call my name before she pulled the trigger. She then says, I don't know CTV. The only time I talk to him from Viper's phone via Instagram. I'm not going to allow anyone to disgrace her name. This is painful. Viper loves CTV in the chat. Lady Royal says, Cream Puff, CTV is traumatized by this. We understand that you and your family are struggling to deal with this painful situation. Cream Puff says, all I ask is to leave it alone. We didn't need to put her death on the news or online for it to be true because it's understood she was our breadwinner. Cream Puff then says, I'm just angry. Okay. Shit. Ray says, Cream Puff, respectfully, the only person putting your cousin's business and name out publicly is you. Police refrain from posting her name. Because as you guys can see, I didn't even put Viper's name in the title. And when I initially spoke about the situation, I never even mentioned who this was. I never even mentioned the content creator that she was feuding with. I had left all of that anonymous because I too felt a responsibility to at least vet the situation to the best of my ability before I even called Viper's name and even brought the whole situation to the forefront. So I never even mentioned Viper's name. And when people was initially putting her name in my chat, when I brought the situation to the forefront to just ask people, if you were in a situation like this, what would you do? And folk were trying to speculate over who this was. I had my moderators blocking people, even if they weren't putting Viper's name, them just speculating who the content creator was. I had them blocking, them throwing out people's names who they thought the subscriber was. I had them blocking. So to Ray's point, the only person who's putting your cousin's name out is you at this point. And now because Cream Puff did all this last night, I have to fully address the whole situation because she done brought the cat out of the bag. So Cream Puff then responds and says, it's my family. I can expose her. I have my family's permission. We've been waiting on this moment for closure. We have questions too. We don't know what happened. So on one hand, she just said that her and her family wanted discretion and didn't want to plaster this on the news and didn't want to plaster this on the internet and didn't want to make a big kerfuffle about it. But here it is now, she's saying that she can expose her family and has the family's permission to do so. Ray says, Cream Puff, you're going to force us to time you out until the live starts tomorrow. Lady Royal says, Cream Puff, that's exactly what others are feeling and saying. The person did mention having mental health issues. This is why we ask subbies to stay the fuck up out of YouTubers' business and beef. Okay, let me see. I don't know what this message says entirely, but it says Viper has been cremated and her children watches YouTube. Lady Royal says, Cream Puff, you are welcome to email. CTV email is in the description box. Why didn't you reach out to him to ask him not to speak on it? This is heartbreaking to him. Please do not put her name in the chat. You're asking us to not mention the name, but you're typing in the chat. We don't want to bother your hurt. She says, Lady Royal, I don't know CTV. The only time I talked to him was from Viper's phone. I'm not going to allow anyone to disgrace her name. So here it is, this woman who is claiming to be the person who allegedly spoke to me in the DMs would rather be in my watch page arguing back and forth with my moderators rather than, to their point, email me personally and contact me personally, just like she did when she informed me that Viper had allegedly taken her own life. Why are you here doing this with us rather than contacting the content creator? Clearly, you know how to do that because you are the person who was communicating to him and divulge this situation to him. And once again, here's the contradiction. All I ask is to leave it alone, even though she has the family's permission to expose Viper's business. We didn't need to put her death on the news or online for it to be true because it's understood she was our breadwinner, but she has permission. Rest in peace, Viper, says Cream Puff, my sweet cousin. Leave us alone or lawsuits will be coming. Don't use her for views. She was your biggest supporter from all the cash apps we see in her computer. Painful. My family is requesting for this painful event not to be broadcasted, for her daughter has taken over her YouTube page to keep her memory. We don't wish to have this talked about at all. It's not fake, but she has permission from the family to expose Viper's business. My moderators go on to continue to just address this Cream Puff individual. Cream Puff says, Lady Royal, CTV can do whatever he wants for views. Just know we will be watching. That's when My moderators told her, girl, TTV doesn't have to do anything for views. He's not even monetized, you ridiculous human being. I'm trying to read stuff that I haven't seen already. I'm just giving y'all an update. It should come from her family, right? Just like this update should be coming to me directly, right? You shouldn't be arguing with people that you didn't even initially communicate with when you were the person who put me in this predicament, right? So why the fuck are you here spending time talking to Lady Royal and talking to Ray instead of communicating with the motherfucker who was the supporter that your alleged cousin was a big fan of and who you divulge all this information to? And to add insult to injury and why this Cocoa Puff person is getting a major side eye from me is because even after she did all of this in the chat, I still never received the email. I still never received a DM. I still never received anything about her plight, her feelings, about the status of Viper. No, nothing. She did all this for a show in the watch page, but never actually followed up with me and had a direct conversation with me about anything. But yet she was fully committed to being in the watch page chat where nobody was but my moderators, carrying on with them. She goes on to say, Lady Royal, my real name is Crystal Green, which is the name she also gave me. And I was home when she put the trigger, so it's painful to bring this up. Viper has been cremated. Okay, we already read that. All right. So before I even go any further, let me just say this to Crystal Green. Girl, fuck you. And suck my fucking dick from the back, bitch. You got some fucking nerve to crawl your random, raggedy, gaslighting ass into my motherfucking watch page to direct intel to anybody else aside from me. Not only did you put me in this fucking predicament, you left me without any motherfucking information. You left me without any fucking facts. You left me without any fucking condolences. You left me with nothing to land a plane with. And left me there for an entire fucking month until I decided, after I had to do what I had to do to figure out if this indeed had happened to Viper, for the sake of my own fucking sanity, for the sake of Storm and Rowe and Love Jones as well, because I had to differentiate whether Viper was pulling a goddamn junkie stunt because she was in her goddamn fifis and took an extreme narrative in an attempt to gaslight a insurrection or trigger up an insurrection against Love Jones. Because what the plot could have been is that she was hoping that I was going to be triggered by the news and then go live and drop names. And then because I love Viper, that I would impulsively get out here on these streets, direct all my feelings toward Love Jones, blame her for why Viper pulled the trigger so that you could get your fucking lick back from all the drama that would have ensued as a result of me doing that. And this is once again where I have to thank the gods for emotional fucking intelligence and being able to sit my ass down and properly deal with and disseminate and unpack the bullshit of it all, because I did not want to have that blood on my hands. I would not have wanted to see Love Jones wrongfully convicted of something that wasn't even fucking true to begin with. So I had to do diligence to myself to figure this out, to her, before anything else could happen, and to the rest of my fellow Consciouz Crew members who noticed that Viper was not around. Because Viper was around every day, all the time, for every fucking live since. She was a familiar face. And when she didn't start showing up, people started putting two and two the motherfucking together. So I don't know whether your fucking cousin is living. I don't know whether Coco Puff is Viper, in fact, under another alias. But whatever the fuck the situation is, boo, you pulled off the truth or you pulled off a lie in all the wrong ways. And you are to blame for why we're here right now. You pulled off the truth or pulled off the lie. Wrongfully, erroneously. And you have raised major fucking eyebrow because you had the audacity to update my moderators by windmilling with them in the chat instead of coming to the person who you claim loved Viper and was responsible for why she was happy all the time and who she looked forward to. You didn't think to direct any of that intel to me. And that's what leads me to believe that this is some bullshit. Because no sane, normal person would do that. You didn't even tell me that she'd been cremated. I had to learn about all of this because of shit you was putting out there in the live chat. How does it make more sense to you to jump into my chat to talk about your cousin who's not even being named in the fucking title rather than talk to me, the content creator, directly? You fucking weirdo. And bitch, I want you to send and submit a motherfucking lawsuit so I can sue you motherfucking tired assholes for pain and goddamn suffering. Because whether this shit is true or not at this point, bitch, you just lit the block by doing what the fuck you did on the corner. And it's just the disrespect and unmitigated gall of it all. For you to think that I owe you something after you put me directly in the middle of some bullshit and then left me dangling for answers. And then when you decide to provide them, a month later, you provide them in a watch page where I'm not, instead of directing all of that goddamn information to me directly. That's fucked up, bitch. And you done brought a major supernatural side eye to your own shit with your cousin, or whether this is Viper, in fact, being exposed for the goddamn junkie stunt. So now let's get into the meat and the fucking potato so that you know now why the gloves are off. Because before she did all that bullshit in my chat, Miss Coco Puff, this commentary was going to go a whole different way. This was going to be done still in the same respect and spirit in which I initially brought it to the forefront. But because you did all that funky ass shit in my chat, bitch, now we gon' reel back and dial back the entire wig piece and see what those cornrows give. I'm about to share my stream and I'm going to show you what took place between Love Jones and Viper. Thumbs up if you in this motherfucking video. Matter of fact, shout out to the House of Queen for the heartfelt message that I haven't had time to read, but I can see it. in my live chat. And thank you for Angela. Thank you so much for the Cash App. My God, thank you for your contribution. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. What a donation. Shout out to my baby mother, Angela, for the old nasty piece. A Cash App who says for peace and blessings. Thank you, baby mama Angie. Thank you so much, love. I truly appreciate you. All right, so let me share my screen. And you guys just watch this. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get this shit together. All right. Give me a 1 if you can hear this audio well. Oh, let me actually change my microphone over. Okay, how's it going, y'all? Welcome.
Hey,
Hey, child, what's going on?
what's up? I'm about to skedaddle. You know, I'm going
God,
outside.
clearly, you about to go tear the city down. If you guys can hear that, give me a 1, please. So you guys can hear that? Okay. So once again, this is Love Jones. I had dropped the link. Viper was already in the comment section going off. I mean, in the live chat going off. So once I got done with my little bit of commentary on the show I was going to do, I dropped the link for the both of them to come up.
I just changed my clothes. I just did a show a little earlier.
Okay.
But I heard, you know, I heard bitches was looking for me. So, bitch, here I go. Like, I don't.
Okay, so what happened? Because from what I understand, I guess something took place on your platform, and then there was a joke about Ike and Tina. I think Vipe said the joke was misconstrued, and then you kind of dragged her. And
No,
okay.
No. It's a little bit of the Lulu going on.
Okay, what happened?
So, you know, Storm and I, we were doing, I don't know, I probably called in. Last night we did Storm After Dark. And she said, it's a running joke that we call Storm Ike sometimes, because he be like, oh, Love Jones going to be getting up at 5 o'clock to work out, and we going to do this and that, blah, blah, blah. So I saw Ike and Tina 2.0, but I guess she was talking about whoever we was talking about at the time. And I just read it, like the same way you would read a comment. And I was like, oh, like, because that's a running joke. Nobody, no harm, no foul. Like, people take things out of context. And I'm learning that because, you know, I'm still a baby in this sector, I guess. It'll be here January 8th. But
congratulations.
Thank you. So I was just like, you know, I didn't even think anything of it. I didn't even know that hurt her feelings. It was like, oh, little tank. So then she came over to my comment section. It was like, oh, I don't even see you when you're on Storm's channel. I don't even, that you messed up my joke with Storm. And I'm like, oh my God, like, is this for life? Like, we don't, it don't give that. Like, oh my God, like,
White came over there and got gangsta.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know who the fuck you talking to, sis. You got me fucked up.
Well,
I said, I don't know what I'm paraphrasing. I don't know exactly what I said because I'm not looking at it right in front of me, but I know it was to the tune of, I don't know who the fuck you think you are, telling me, you know, you're nobody. Like, when I'm on Storm's chat, I just tolerate you. Like, girl, good night. What is the problem? Mommy, you need some magnesium? Like, what is it giving? Drink some coconut.
But do you think that you and Vipe will be able to have a powwow? Because she is in the background.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not about to be up here arguing. Like, I got a couple minutes. She could say whatever it is she need to say. I heard that she was over here doing a lot in your comment section. Oh, speaking of, so Storm was describing somebody that worked at a supermarket or something. And I was like, are you describing CTV? Because he said the hair, you know, and he was talking about pronouns. It was lighthearted. I don't have no gripe or no beef with you. Like, when the fuck do I have a beef with you? Why would I be?
You know this.
Now, mind you, I did not know any of this shit was transpiring. So I didn't know what the hell Viper was talking about, and I damn sure didn't know what the hell Love Jones was talking about, because I was minding my business as usual. So whatever it took place, it just was giving a big misunderstanding on everybody's part. Now, at this point, I can see Viper in the green room. I can see her trying to fix her camera. So this is the point where I'm seeing her, you know, point the camera at the ceiling. She's kind of pointing it at angles in her face. And once again, I cannot make her whole entire face out, but I can make her skin tone out. I knew she had some type of box braid situation going on, and she had on a hospital gown, and she was definitely in a hospital room. So I had decided to put up the banner so that in case she had a camera slip, that she wouldn't be caught slipping like this.
Subbies are protective as hell. The subbies will take any little, they gonna take any little thing back, and they gonna be like, it's up.
I'm like, no, she already was trying to beat up with me. You know what I'm saying? Because this happened after she came in my comment section. It's like, girl, I don't know. I don't think about. I don't even know what, like, hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil.
Well, I would love for y'all to talk it out.
She got a couple minutes, and then I'm gonna go. Okay.
Vite, I see that I know you probably don't want to be camped up. I see the camera is on. I think you're trying to turn the camera off, but you can keep it pointing to the ceiling if you want to, and you can just talk into the mic. I just didn't want to bring you up before you had camped down, and I think this is probably Vite's first time using StreamYard. But let me put up a banner real quick, just in case there's a little slippity slip, and see what she want to do. And I appreciate you even like being willing to talk and just like, you know, just blow it over, because it's not that deep.
It really isn't. It really isn't. I don't know what's going on. I guess it's because I'm starting to grow a little bit that people just, you know, want to pick with me, I guess, because I don't know this person. I don't think about these. I just don't give none of that.
Let me put up this thing. Okay, well, let me bring her on up.
Okay.
Viper, can you hear me, boo?
Yes, photo shoot.
That part. Hey, Viper, can you hear me, love?
Yes, I can hear you, CTV. Thank you for letting me on your panel.
I'm happy to have you here. I didn't know if you wanted to be cammed up or not. Like, did you want to be cammed up or?
No, I don't want to be cammed up for my safety.
Okay, well, I'm going to keep the banner up then so that, you know, you ain't got to worry about, you know, a camera slip. But Love Jones is here, so I would love for y'all ladies to, you know, to be able to talk y'all moment out. And she is here in peace, Vite. She's here in peace. She's coming in peace, baby.
CTV, I'm here in peace too. Let me just say, I've been on YouTube for 10 years. I've never had to come on a panel to approach anyone from Jaguar Wright to Donut, and they all been irritating. But this I have to talk about. Love Jones, my first impression of you when I was on Storm's show was, okay, she's a nice woman. I'm going to support them too. And I was all in the chat rallying for you when everybody else was like, ew, she thinks she cute, her red wig and all that. I said, nah, don't do that to her. Storm like her. Let's respect her. And they was all going with it. But the weekend of your birthday, when I cashed out Storm money, birthday money for you, so y'all could celebrate that night, you sat on his lap, kissed him, and then you looked over and you said, ugh, bitches got me fucked up, cash out for you and stuff. Don't they know I'm here? That hurt my feelings.
Okay, so I'm gonna interject.
Listen, I gotta get this out, Love Jones.
Okay,
I gotta get this out because I'm crying. It hurt my feelings.
Oh my goodness, don't cry.
Because I gave Storm money for y'all to celebrate your birthday. And you say these trolls trolling and they tripping on us. They need to mind their motherfucking business. And that's when you kiss them in the mouth. And that hurt my feelings because I was never against y'all. I'm for y'all on everything I love. I'm 49 years old. I've been married 3 times. That hurt my feelings. So I refunded the cash out. Then I said, you know what? It was her birthday. I'm going to let it go. Maybe she ain't talking about me. Maybe she's talking about other people. But it was just the point. So when me and Storm did this live the other day, I never disrespected your chat in all the shows you did after your birthday. I never trolled you. I never disrespected you because I'm mainly a CTV Consciouz Crew member. From Storm, I come from Storm. So I respect them too. Those are the only 2 I see on YouTube. I honestly don't follow nobody else, so I don't have an understanding of beef or anything. But when I did that joke about Tina Turner, it's the way you blurt out. I know she ain't talking about me and Storm. Okay, first of all, I would never say that about you and Storm. I have high respect for everybody. I'm not petty like that. That hurt my feelings again, strike 2. So I had to come on your page and let you know how I feel because YouTube don't have a messenger where I can talk to you privately on a back end. I would never do that publicly. I wish YouTube had a messenger where I could talk to you personally. So I'm not here to hate you or troll. It's just I feel like you've been shading me and disrespecting me for real. And I just want to put an end to it.
Well,
because if you can make me laugh, no, Jones, if you can make me laugh and be happy, I'm your supporter for life, Slim. Cash out. You can have all my money. But the beef and the anger, and when you keep calling us trolls and keep thinking we tripping on you, like you just did. You said, fuck me, and you don't have time to think about what I'm thinking. Sweetie, you're a content creator. You have to think about your subscribers' feelings because we keep you alive. We keep you relevant. To keep saying that we're not important to you and you don't care about our feelings, that make us run away from you. And I don't want to run from you. I like your content. I think you have a lot of good stuff to say. It's just, you always talk about your look. And that's not even important. It's about you, the soul of you and your content that keeps me around.
Okay, I need to interject. Like, you are doing a great job pulling on everyone's heartstrings, and it is so unfortunate that you're crying. Like, I don't want anybody to cry. Like, I'm not here to make anybody cry. I'm a content creator, but I'm a human being. You're not going to talk to me with vitriol and with the tone and expect for me to not be responsive. That is unrealistic, sweetheart. And I think that you are taking things and making it personal, and you're internalizing things that probably doesn't even have anything to do with you. On my birthday, I had a fucking blast. If you sent any donations, thank you. You took it back, and that's okay. So I'm going to take my thank you back. At the end of the day, I love anybody who supports me. I would never be out here trying to talk crazy.
I want to pause real quick. I got to give some commentary super quick. And I want to be clear about what I'm about to say. Me and Love Jones did have a little 1-2 while on the live. It's clear that she was being just as defensive as Viper was being committed to being just as offended by what took place. However, I do not feel like Viper was being vitriolic or aggressive or defensive at all. She was being sincere. She was present. She knew she was in her feelings, which is why she wanted to work those feelings out. And she was just wanting resolve. But I do not feel like Viper was being anything other than just being a present. And if that choked her up, because she really is invested. Let's talk about that. Because we can't shade these supporters for being so invested. But we don't shade them when they so invested that they're super chatting the fuck out of us. And they're so invested that they are cash apping the shit out of us. And they're so invested that they're PayPaling the shit out of us. And they're so invested that they're becoming channel members with their hard-earned money. So we can't have it both ways. There is a fine line between being overly invested, but to be honest, our supporters, we desire to be invested. None of us would have a platform without their investment. If we're not shading them when they're sharing our content out on Facebook and Instagram and trying to get us interviews and tagging us under posts, getting our name out there, then we also can't be double-minded and then drag them when those same feelings that they use to lift us are now hurt feelings because of maybe something that was said that can be rectified. I did feel like Love Jones was missing the mark in this dialogue. And I do feel like it was contradictory to kind of mock her being investment when the whole principle behind being a subscriber is literally investment. There is no way to support a content creator without being invested. Let's continue to listen.
Me and Storm makes jokes about Ike and Tina all the time. But I'm not here to, say anything about your sensitivity levels, but the way you're telling me, like, your content is really creative, people gonna say stuff, you responding and being in comment section, you gotta be okay with people saying things to you as well. And I'm not gonna sit up here and, be the villain in your story, not willingly at least, because I haven't done anything to you. And I can say, if you may have thought that I was saying something to you, if you may have interpreted it that way, I'm not here to invalidate your feelings. I'm really not here to do that. That is not my character. I'm a sweetheart. And I do talk about
I want to say this too while I'm at it, because I keep losing my thoughts because I have a lot of different fucking emotions just moving through me. I'm so annoyed and sad and confused all at the same fucking time. So forgive me if I am lacking the cohesiveness that you guys are used to. I want to also say this too. I'm not an amateur content creator. I know that Love Jones spoke about being new to the block. I'm not new to the block. So I'm very aware of just how much life we do bring to our viewers. And I think sometimes we may underestimate that as well. I have so many testimonies sitting underneath my videos, sitting in my emails, sitting in my DMs of just people literally thanking me for being alive because they can't even get through the shit that they're going through in real life if it wasn't for having me to look forward to. The laughter, the engagement, the etc. Being on this platform and having understanding what you mean to supporters, understanding that these people really love us. And I'm not one to make shy of how much we're loved, because we're loved in the same capacity that people love their celebrities and love their favorite hip hop artists and love their favorite supermodel and news correspondents and pastors, etc. We are that digitally. And clearly, you don't need to know somebody in person to connect to them, which is why Storm and Love Jones are able to be connected. They felt a connection and engaged in collaborating before they ever met physically. So by very reality and manifestation of their friendship and professional relationship, is the case for everybody. We're living in a digital age now. People date online. People fall in love online. People have whole churches that they are a part of that they've never been a part of the ministry physically. It's all been a digital interaction. this is the way of the world now. So this is where all of the fields are. So yes, people can be very invested. People do get invested. Institutions and corporations depend on that investment. Celebrities and artists depend on that investment. It happens. I have content creators that I'm invested in that I've never met a day in my life. When Unhinged and Vaughn and Storm and Sledgehammer Head came into my life at the time of their breakdown, I didn't owe none of these people anything. I didn't have to take up time with them outside of the internet when we weren't live. I didn't have to give them my real energy, give them my real brain, give them my heart, I didn't have to be that. But I did so. They was connected to me enough to draw me in, and I was connected to them enough to be drawn in. So we're all invested. You know, some of us may not be we might not wear our heart on our sleeve. And there are levels to supporters. So no one supporter is a reflection of the other. Some supporters are just subscribed. They don't give you their money. They only watch you sometime. They like you, you cool, and that's about the extent of it for them. While other supporters are on their fandom stuff. They're going to make you graphics. They're always coming up with ideas. They're giving you money. They even are willing to meet up. They want to shake your hand. They're literally in it. So there are different levels to being a supporter. Not all supporters are made equal. And no one supporter is a reflection or a model of the other. They're just different levels of fandom and support. And with Viper, with her going through the things she was going through medically and the things that she was going through in her personal life, and also finding two people that she really believed on, and she was obviously willing to extend her support to Love Jones as well, because Love Jones to Viper was an extension of Storm. And because Storm has a relationship and a tie to Love Jones, Viper was extending, you know, her love and light and support to her as well. I got people right now cash apping the dog shit out of me because they're invested. You know, so thank you so much to my baby mother, Tyra. Thank you so much to my baby mother. Let me just open this up completely. For Stay Strong, I hate the YouTube beef. I ain't even in none. I just am gonna do the Lord's work. But yeah, beef is nuts. Thank you to my baby mother. I didn't even know all this was. Thank you to my baby mother, Miss Wright. Thank you, Miss Monica. Thank you to my baby father, DJ The Truth. Go off. This is insane, and just showing support. Thank you all. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. And while there are supporters who are this invested, there's supporters who are not, and it's fine. But also from the perspective of being a content creator, we don't get being a content creator is a lot like being a parent. There really is no manual. So in defense of Love Jones as well, being a content creator and being on the forefront and having to be responsible for an audience and having people engaged in you and also dealing with conflict is honestly something that you learn as you go. You're going to make your fair share of mistakes. You're going to get things really, really, really wrong because you're just learning as you go. So there's room for understanding on both ends. Whereas in subscribers need to, you know, give the benefit of a doubt to influencers, and influencers return the favor of giving the benefit of a doubt, and anything that can be understood simply just be understood. But everybody is kind of learning this thing together. Both the influencer is learning it together, and the subscriber is learning this thing together. So we're really in this shit together. And just like any other community and family, there are going to be fallouts. There are going to be misunderstandings. Those are unavoidable. We just have to work to better deal with diversity when it comes to both being the subscriber and being the influencer. So I'm not going to say any one of these women are wrong. They both have their rightful place, even in their wrong. But there are also teachable moments out of this, which is why I also think it's important for us to talk about this, because going forward, there are supporters who are looking at this, taking this in, and there are influencers taking this in. And so this could be a large teachable moment for all of us. All right, let's get back to this, and I'm going to shut the hell up and just let it play out.
So you're not going to apologize.
You're not even
Although
letting me finish, baby love. Baby love. You're not letting me
apologize.
You're not letting me finish speaking, baby love. That's rude. I let you get your, I let you get your, I let you get the hearts of the people. I don't know that I've done anything.
It's not about the people, love, Jones. It's about me and you. If I had your personal phone number, I would you to apologize to you.
And I'm not a fake ass bitch. So I'm not going to sit up here and say sorry. I'm not going to say sorry for something that I didn't do. I didn't do anything to you.
Okay.
Like, and this is what I'm saying. If you've interpreted me saying something the wrong way, then that's unfortunate. But I'm not going to say sorry because you are the one that came under my comment section with the heat, and you keep throwing daggers my way. And I don't really understand where it's coming from. I heard your backstory, but I really feel like you probably just hear me say things and you are taking it personally and choosing to internalize things. Now, for that, I can't apologize for how you interpret what I say, but I just want to let you know that I'm not gearing anything toward you. I talk to people, generally speaking. I don't know who you are. Like, I wish you nothing but love and elevation and positive vibes. And I'm going to go. And if you want me to be your villain, it's okay. I'm not mad at you, and I don't want you to cry. It makes me feel sad. You've tugged at my heartstrings as well, because I do.
I'm mainly trying to be at the storm because of your attitude and your intentions and the way you talk down on us as his subscribers. It makes me run from you.
I'm not gonna let you do that to me. I'm not gonna let you do that because it's not fair to me. I'm a person that I have feelings, and I'm very conscientious of how I come across. I tone check myself and I police myself. So I'm not gonna let you have that. I'm not going to allow you to do that to me right now. That's not fair. You are entitled to feel how you feel, but I do not talk down on my supporters. I am very loving. My love bugs email me, they DM me, I give advice. I am a very loving person.
So I was there too.
I'm not gonna let you do that to me, girl. You're not about to try to assassinate my character, but my hands don't call for that. Now, if you feel your way, I'm going to respect how you feel. I'm going to respect it, but I'm not about to sit up here and let you pump fake and do that to me, because it's not going. And y'all saying narcissistic personality, gaslight. I'm being gaslit right now. Okay, I went to school for psychology. I understand what's going on. I know how to get to people.
I know how I feel, and everybody know that I don't come on panels. I don't come on panels to approach or talk to anyone. So for me to do this is historic in my life, because I don't do this. I was trying to reach out to you to let you know that you hurt me, and you directly hurt me. It wasn't like you was talking general and I took it out of context. That wasn't it. You directly hurt my feelings.
That your joke didn't land. I don't understand.
And that's it. You know who Viper is. You see Viper in the chat. Don't do this.
I don't understand how you are sitting up here making it seem like I attacked you or something like that. And I just, I understand what's happening right now. And I know that these people in this comment section, they know you, they rock with you. But if my love bugs was here,
it's not about views, love. I don't give a damn who like me or who don't like me or who. I don't care. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to the heart of you. You can take everybody off YouTube, and I want to talk directly to your heart. I'm not tripping on YouTube right now. I'm talking to you, Love Joan. I'm letting you know that you need to change that. Calling us trolls, that shit hurt our feelings. I see the people in the chat. I see what they say. You don't. It's all about you, and it's okay, but you're hurting people. And that's all I gotta say. CTV, I thank you for letting me on the panel. Thank you, because I don't do this. CTV, I appreciate you for years. I love you down to the roots. I love doing your show, baby.
But hold on. I can't. Yeah, hold on, y'all, because y'all are. This is so easy. And Love Jones, I swear for God, like Vibe, hey, she had expressed nothing but love for you, sis. Like she ain't got nothing but love. She just saying, look, I hear you, and I just was letting you know that it hurt my feelings the way that you was taking my jokes, etc. I love you down, Boots. I received the way I received it. And for you, Love Jones, you didn't mean no nasty, no disrespect behind it.
Really didn't.
That's all. That's it. That's all. And y'all can call it love. Y'all can call it love. And y'all
Love Jones. It's a woman. It's a woman that gives Storm $300 every show. She was dropping them hundreds on him. You hurt her feelings. And she came in the chat and said she will never come in Storm chat again or give her money. Because you call us bitches. You call us haters. You making Storm lose money. That's my whole point.
Okay, so I will say this. I apologize for calling you all bitches on my birthday weekend. I don't recall. I was lit. I was having a good time. Like I don't even remember seeing who was even in the chat. And that's all I could say. Like I don't have no malice toward anybody. I'm sure we've all been lit before. And I'm sure, like, you know, I'm sure we've all thought somebody was waving at us when we saw somebody waving, and they was not waving at us. They was waving at the person in the back of us. And sometimes that happens. But I have to go. And, you know, I could be the villain in your story. I do.
No, you're not a villain, because that's tonight. I'm going to start a whole new page with you, Love Jones. After tonight, I'm not even going to hate you anymore. I'm going to start over.
So being drunk is an excuse.
I don't do that.
And I am acknowledging her feelings. Like I'm seeing what y'all saying in the chat. I wasn't looking, but y'all, come on, don't sit up here and y'all. This is y'all all being fake. Like people, y'all being fake. I don't care because I have not.
Wow, we fake now.
I haven't done anything directly to you. So people saying, oh, like I don't got time. I gotta go. I don't have nothing but love. I do apologize if you feel like I called you a bitch on my birthday. Like I
want to find that lady that was Storm's biggest supporter. I want to find her that was giving Storm $300 a week.
I don't recall that.
I want to find her. I want to find her and apologize to her on behalf of you, because she was giving Storm big money and she loves Storm. That's the lady I want to find.
Well, if she loves Storm, then she should still.
Because you need to be aware of our feelings. And I accept your apology. You already apologized. I'm over that. So when this is over and done with tonight, I'm going to start over with you on a fresh, clean slate. For CTV, for me, and for the chat, for my family. And Storm Chase. I don't want you to be a villain. I just want you to be aware and change it. That's all I want.
Okay. I got you. I receive it. And I don't want you. I don't.
And I love you. I love you, Love Joe, because you are beautiful. You are beautiful. You are a queen. I give you that. You are.
I can feel, Love Jones, that you probably are receiving it as just as criticism, but it does sound like Vibe is trying to give constructive criticism, even if it's being taken as just straight up a criticism. It sounds like she's really trying to go out of her way to just present it as constructive criticism. She don't want it to be no ill or whatever, and none of that. She just wants, you know, you to understand maybe how it just comes off from the outside in.
Okay.
I appreciate y'all taking the time.
Not a bad guy, not a villain. You are not Thanos, Love Jones. Okay, like no, I promise to God, it's not that. It's she ain't giving it to you to condemn you at all. She just wanting to make you aware that some of the supporters have their hearts in it, maybe in ways that other supporters don't, and sometimes some of the ways in which we come off as content creators hurt their feelings. I had to deal with this a few months ago with one of my very faithful subscribers, man. She was on my neck in Patreon. She was like, CTV, you hurt me, and I just had to eat it. I just had to eat it up. And I just said, babe, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know, I fucked with you. I'm
passionate. I mean, we sit with y'all for hours listening to y'all, and y'all make us happy.
Yeah, I get it.
Y'all make us happy, so we invested in you guys.
I get it. And, you know, and so it's just like, it's just a matter of misunderstanding sometimes. It's just a misunderstanding. All it's like, okay, like, it's all love, boo. I fuck with you down to the ground. It's
right.
I'll be more mindful. I'll be more mindful.
The CTV, our lives are shit, okay? We come to y'all to be better. We come to you guys for guidance and advice to feel better about ourselves. We've been abused before we came to y'all. So when we come to y'all, we come for healing. We come for understanding. We come to laugh. So
but, like, but to Love Jones' defense as well, y'all, it is very hard being a content creator because a lot of times the content creators are just also just being themselves, and it don't mean what it sounds like. It don't mean even the way that it comes off. And so we all of us are in this relationship.
The ones that come to you, a content creator that comes on YouTube with a normal attitude, with the toxicity, will wind up like Tasha K and Cynthia G and Jaguar Wright. If they don't change their ways through us letting them know, so it can be stopped, you know, basically. And that's honesty.
Okay, so at the end of the day, I will say that there are people that troll me. Like, it may not be you, Viper, but you cannot sit up here and tell me that I don't have people trolling me, because you just admitted early on. No, I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you. I think that you are just listening to respond and you're not hearing what I'm saying. I'm saying this to say, when I say people are trolling me, you said yourself, I was defending you. So you know that people troll me. You don't know what content creators go through on a daily. Like, you don't know what people say or what type of messages they send. Like, so it's not just about you. And I think it's hard for people to remove themselves. And because we are the ones up here, like, I guess, creating the platform, we have to always be the bigger person and be more understanding, but we're all people at the end of the day. So the same way you want me to give you some grace, just give me a little bit of grace too. And I will sincerely, if you feel like I apologize for that. But for anything else, I don't feel like I've wronged you. I'm not going to invalidate your feelings, but I'm a person too. And that's all. I got to go. It's just all love. All right. It's just all love. Bye.
Thank you for coming up, Love Jones. Okay. Love.
CTV, thank you for letting me on your platform, first of all. I'm a huge fan of you, and I love the CTV family. I swear I love my Consciouztv family from the bottom of my heart.
We love you.
I'm a storm chaser. I love them too.
Yes.
Thank you for letting me on your platform and give me this time, CTV. It means a lot to me.
Thank you, babes. And just as a little helper out of just try not to don't take everything at face value. Like, just, you know, like don't social media is very interesting to navigate. Sometimes things are said in a flippant way, at a surface level way, but you know, it doesn't have a deeper, it's not designed to hit deep or to hit big. So just try to keep that in mind, just for your own peace of mind. And if anything, it just heckle a Love Jones ass back. If you call y'all a troll, you call her ass a troll. Okay?
Yes, sir.
You just heckle her back. But I love you, boo. And thank you for being so supportive.
Okay.
That was our Viper.
Shout out to you in the chat.
Yes, and shout out to you too, boo. That was our Vibe, you guys. Oh, wow, child.
Let me change my microphone over real quick. So I'm getting that same heavy ass feeling that I felt the night that so as you guys heard there's gonna be mixed opinions about who was right and wrong, etc. At the end of the day, all that, oh shit, I'm not even on the goddamn screen. All I know, Storm, I'm about to text you the link. Hold on, y'all. Let me text Storm this link. Thumbs up if you're here. Subscribe if you're new here, child. Apparently, this is where all the tea resides. All right, I just text on the show. I want to look. People are going to have their various opinions about who was right, who was wrong, who was doing the most, who wasn't doing enough, etc. All the fuck I know is that between supporters and subscribers, relationship obviously happens, and this is called social media. We are social media influencers. We are social media supporters. So there's no way to get around relationship. I just want us to be very clear about that. There is no such thing as not being invested. There is no such thing as, you know, don't really give a fuck. Anybody who's taking their career seriously as a content creator knows damn well the significance of being in proper relationship. And anybody who's invested in supporting a content creator is taking their investment seriously, which is why, once again, people are coming out of their own pockets to support productions, support financially, new equipment. I mean, we've seen supporters buy content creators cars, help them to get apartments. We've seen supporters make influencers rich. Fuck that. Make them rich. So there's no way to get around relationship. There were things that Love Jones could have did better, and there were things that Viper could have did better. Now, you guys see the way that things ended. It kind of ended on, okay, we're going to let bygones be bygones. Viper decided that she wanted to try because she knew also Love Jones was inevitable, because Love Jones, once again, shares a space with Storm, who she supports fully. So it made logical sense to Viper to attempt to continue to try to work things out and to put on a brave face and to just try to wrinkle out some of this shit, because she know Love Jones is going to be in the building, vice versa, and Viper want to continue to be in that building. And so, you know, that's that. But Viper, it's not her investment that's the problem. It's Viper's mental health that is the problem. Lots of people are invested. And it's so also in being invested in anything, it's okay to be in your feelings. It's okay to care. I don't want to make any supporter feel ashamed because they give a fuck. That's what I don't want to do. It's okay to be invested. It's okay to care. But it's not the caring or the investment that's ever the issue. It's the pre-existing trauma. It's the lack of emotional and mental maturity. It's the lack of emotional intelligence that can escalate things. And for Viper, that is what took place. Now I do have Storm in the background, so I want to bring Storm up after I get after I show the people these receipts, and then I want to bring him in and then carry the rest of the show with him. So what I'm about to show you guys is after this exchange happened, it went kind of rough. Both ladies, you know, tried to get their one off and express themselves to each other. There was some tension as a result of the way they chose to express themselves to each other. Viper being very emotional, Love Jones, you know, not thinking it's really that deep. So they, you know, it was friction. However, in the end, Love Jones apologized if she, you know, if Viper took it personal, if she took being called a bitch personal, etc. Da 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 da. So I thought it was over. I thought that was that. About 5 days later, this is what Viper sent to me from her Instagram page. Now, mind you, you guys are also going to see me and Storm on an audio call because I was taking screenshots of what was in my inbox when he and I were on an audio call. So you're going to see the icon of us on an audio call on Instagram. Oh, let me share my screen again. All right, so this is what she sent me now. Her Instagram page is Raw Passion, passion_496 on Instagram. All right, so she sent me this, and this is a screenshot of Love Jones' live stream. This is about 5 or 6 days after the ordeal you guys just listened to. The title of the video was, "They said I was a raggedy narcissistic hoe that they hate with a passion, yet I'm the villain. Wow." So Viper sends me that and then says, so this is the end result of me reaching out to her. I asked Viper, I said, when did she do this? She said she's live now. CTV, read the chat. I'm feeling suicidal, CTV. She's making fun of me. Now, once again, this is after Vipe thinks that it's over. She thinks, okay, we're going to start over, girl. You know, I received your apology. We're just going to have a redo. And then Love Jones doesn't keep her word and goes live. And apparently, you know, she's cutting up with her supporters over the ordeal. And Viper is feeling humiliated as a result of the things that are not only being said by Love Jones, but the things that are being said by the people who support Love Jones in the chat. And you guys know how supporters can give it up when they are windmilling for their favorite person. Okay, it could, you know, it could get real colorful. All right, so she says, I'm feeling suicidal, CTV. She's making fun of me. I tell her immediately, don't watch anything that's making you feel that way, for one, Viper. So you need to immediately disengage now, in all caps. She tells me, yes, sir, as you can see here. She says, yes, sir. So I tell her to disengage. I then say to her, remember I shared with you on the live to not let anyone or anything have that power over you. Don't make anyone your God. They are not allowed to have your mind and heart. Whatever she says does not determine nor define you. She doesn't know you for her opinion of you to hold any weight. You did your part in making amends and starting over with her. So if she is not holding her in, take it as a blessing that you don't need to invest any of your energy in seeing it for her if you don't see it for her. You are loved and valued. You can take it as confirmation regarding your experience. She says, I will never go against a narcissist ever again. Now, this next slide is going to involve a picture that was sent. Trigger warning. But the picture that was sent is very censored, which we're going to get into. So you won't see anything that's going to terrify you. If anything, you're going to you're probably going to be confused as hell by what was sent. Yes, this is very, very fucking crazy, Sean. Fucking crazy. So after she says that to me, I say to her, I would also encourage you to explore why a stranger's pettiness would weigh on you so heavy that it would invoke suicidal thoughts, because that is not about Love Jones, babes. That's about something in your mind and heart that requires deeper healing and okay, the message gets cut off. Then the rest of my message is mistreat you, that it doesn't impact you so heavy. So I was telling her, you know, she needs to really explore that, maybe seek some counseling about that, so that, you know, she can understand why someone who doesn't have to matter to her, doesn't have to, why their behavior would result, you know, and impact her in such a severe way. You deserve better than any depression trying to grip you. Don't ever let the devil have that much stake in your soul. Then time passes in between this last message. And this is what I received after about 15, 20 minutes later, after I send this last message to Vipe, waiting on her response. And it is the cousin. My cousin Viper just unalived herself with the GUN. I was in the bathroom when I hear a pow and the dogs was going off. I'm waiting for police now, and her phone was on this chat. So I'm reading her last message and seeing what happened. At this point, you have to know that I am in a total what the fuck are you talking about? There is, you to go from expecting someone to type you back to the next message is this person has shot themselves to death. Is wild. So I text back and I say, you can't be serious. I will not, in all caps, accept that without absolute proof. There's no way Viper took her own life. My brain couldn't even begin to accept that without proof. Viper just said that she will never go against another narc again. And she's been in a hospital this entire time. What bathroom? Where would she get a GUN from? Now I got questions. Like the last time that I knew, when she was in that altercation with Love Jones, she was in the hospital. So I'm just like, unalive herself where? In the hospital? But you say that you came from around the corner, that you was in the bathroom and you heard a pow and the dogs are going off. So this ain't a hospital now that I'm looking at it. So she's home now. And you're telling me that she just took her life within the past 15, 20 minutes. And I just spoke to this woman. And within that 15-minute time frame, you're not running around frantic. Your cousin is on the ground, apparently unalived. And within 50, this wasn't a message sent hours later. This was 15, 20 minutes after my last message to Viper. So you telling me within 15 minutes, you responded to a GUN shot, ran in the bathroom, Your cousin is laid out. There's a phone in her hand. And within that 15 minutes, you had time to call the police, correspond with them, give them directions, tell them what had happened. And then at this point, you should be on the phone practicing resuscitation methods to your cousin. Within that time frame, should not have been an opportunity to prioritize getting into her phone when your cousin is allegedly unalived on the bathroom floor from a GUN shot. But in 15 minutes, you're not on the phone preoccupied with first responders, with 911, administering CPR, resuscitation. Instead, within 15 minutes, you done caught the police, the ambulance on the way, and you're not trying to do anything to save your cousin's life. You're in her phone, which does make sense at some point, but that doesn't make sense as an action immediately. Because if I hear a GUN shot go off in my home and see my loved one on the ground, I don't give a damn if the phone was tethered to the side of their face. I'm on the phone with 911 and all of my energy and effort is going into resuscitating my cousin until first responders pull the fuck up. So I'm just confused and reasonably in doubt about the fact that you're claiming within a 15-minute window, this woman took her damn life. Not to mention that you had time to send me a picture. And this was the image of Viper, allegedly. Now, this is where the playing in my face happens at. Because what Crystal didn't know, Miss Coco Puff, who's speaking to me, is that I just saw your cousin 5 days ago in the green room of my StreamYard. And I didn't see her full face, but I know damn well that that woman had braids, had like box braids in her head. This don't even look like the bone structure of a woman at that. This looks like a man playing dead, who's either taking this picture himself or someone is taking this picture of him. Now, to further go into being analytical here, what was this supposed to prove? Because all you know is that Viper has been a supporter. She's never told you I've seen her. She's never told you that we've met. So you sending me a picture of someone on the floor with a napkin or a sheet or a blanket covering up the majority of their face is supposed to prove to me what? That does not prove that Viper, the woman that you're telling me is unalived herself, has actually unalived herself. What was I supposed to extract from this when I already don't know Viper personally, and the first time I ever heard her damn voice was on StreamYard when she engaged Love Jones. So now I'm even more what the fuck in this moment. This is where you're going to see me and Storm now on a call, because I'm calling him frantic. Okay, so he's on an audio call with me while, you know, this is playing out. So she sends me this picture and then she says, is this proof enough? I'm waiting for the coroners now. She shot herself in the chest. I'm hurting. She always had GUNs. What y'all gonna do? Show her death picture on YouTube and make more fun of her? Now she's using y'all. So now I know the bitch got me fucked up. Then she clarifies, thank you, CTV, for being a friend of hers. That Love Jones is to blame for this. Viper was a sensitive person who never meant any harm. My name is Crystal Green. Now, of course, at first dealing with this, of course, I wasn't going to bring this to the forefront because at this point, I'm thinking that me and Crystal are going to continue to have a correspondence, you know, until further details, information, whatever can be brought to me. So I tell her I'm not showing anything and I've never seen her physically. I saw a camera slip the other day when she was backstage, but did not see her fully. Now I get these messages that she has unalived herself. I'm so confused and I don't know what proof would be in a situation like this. All I know is you're telling me she's unalived herself. And I'm sending a trillion question marks. She says, I send you a picture and I'm not aware of a live she did with you. I'm catching up. Just pray for us. This will be hard when her family come over. Thank you, CTV, for your encouraging words. So then I call this alleged Crystal by her name, Crystal. I'm like, Crystal. She never responds back. I never hear from Crystal again after this entire situation. She just goes away. Storm, welcome to the platform.
Hey, CTV. How are you tonight?
Weird. How are you?
I'm feeling better. I've been doctor's office, dentist office the last couple of days. So when you called me, man, I was knocked out.
Yeah, it's cool. I didn't know if you even had knew the show was going to happen, but I said, you know, I obviously had reached out to you because I know that you were aware of all of this, and you know, I was talking to you at the time all this was transpiring, and Viper was a supporter of both of ours, etc. I think that you're actually just seeing these text messages and everything for the first time.
Yeah, those that she sent you for sure. I remember being on the phone with you.
Yeah.
By the way, first off, let me just apologize to you that all of this shit was happening around your birthday.
All of it. Bon Ray, Unhinged, all of it.
That's that strong Scorpio energy, baby.
That's strong black woman shit. That's why I be crying for black women, because that strong black woman shit. But yeah, I actually didn't realize that when I screenshotted the messages that it actually shows us on the Instagram call together. Mm-hmm. So yeah, like our icon is in the picture. But so before we deal with the text messages, well, I don't know. You can just, because it's more that I have to reveal. But if there's anything that you want to share so far in this whole matter, whether it's the exchange between Love Jones and Viper over on your channel that bled over to my channel, and then Love Jones going live a few days later, and Viper's adverse reaction to that live stream that then led to this here. Like, what are your thoughts?
Okay. So to go back from the beginning, because I did watch some of your show before I hit the link.
Yeah.
To kind of go back to like where it started, me and Love Jones was doing a show, and we were making jokes, and I think Viper made a joke and it didn't quite land, or it was misunderstood. I remember I was talking about the guy I saw at Walgreens. His name tags, that I saw at Walgreens, their name tag said they, them, it. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Okay, I don't normally see it with the slashes where it says it, and I said, wow, that's okay, that's different. Okay. And Love Jones made a joke like, "Oh, did he look like CTV?" And I said, "Girl, stop playing." But it wasn't nothing shady. But because CTV tells you, baby, he's
a bad bitch.
He's a bad bitch. Period. Like he's every woman.
I wouldn't have took it as shit. I actually have very tough skin, and when I really am like cool with people, you know, I assume that it's all playful banter. I would never, especially if I'm cool with folk, you know, assume that whatever is being said is actually being said in the spirit of being disrespectful at all.
Yeah. Not at all. And I wasn't sure where the miscommunication was with Viper. It was something around the Ike Turner Chris Brown joke, and then before I knew it, Viper was going off in the chat. And you know, she was just saying like, I don't talk to you, Lil Jones. When I come on the show, I'm here for Storm. I'm not even here for you. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. We're just gonna leave that alone. And then I think you went live that same night.
And I had no idea all that had even transpired at all over there on your platform.
You didn't. You really didn't, because
I just had saw Viper going off in my stream before I went live about Love Jones in the situation. So I was like, what the fuck like happened?
Yes, because you hit me up and said, did I miss something? Because Viper's going off. Now I didn't screenshot it. Maybe Love Jones have the screenshot. But I saw for myself in that chat, that show that you did the same night me and Love Jones was live, Viper was calling Love Jones all kinds of bitches. Like I know once she got on camera, she was I could hear the hurt in her voice. I'm not discounting that at all.
And she said that, you know, everything that she did was a response to Love Jones apparently calling the chat a bunch of bitches and hoes. And Love Jones did acknowledge, I guess, that she did say those things, but she didn't think it would land the way that it was landing on Viper.
The only time, okay, so Viper said that Love Jones called the chat bitches and hoes on her birthday live that we did in Charlotte. And I'm not gonna hold you. Man, I was so drunk, I don't even remember that. I don't remember what the fuck we talked about.
Yeah.
We have been drinking.
Love Jones had acknowledged it though, so I just assumed that it did take place.
Okay.
But I think that Love Jones just was like, girl, I was just cutting up, I was talking my shit, and I was really just generalizing, which could include you too, but it wasn't per se specific to you, and I was just turned. I didn't mean anything by it was just a bunch of bravado. Like I didn't mean anything really by it.
Exactly. Because some people come off more offensive than others.
And when liquor has been involved, our judgment and ability to read the room, it can be a little off. So the combination of a sensitive person and a person who's lit and slightly inebriated can end up in a disaster together. That's all the recipes of some shit right there. Sensitivity and alcohol.
And I'm gonna have to go back and look at that live, because I feel like even though me and Love Jones was live, I feel like me and her were also having a side conversation, and that's what she was referring to when she said bitches and hoes. I'm gonna go back.
Which is why I felt like, based upon what I was hearing from them both, it just felt like it felt like a misunderstanding to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, just look, it's clear misunderstanding. But
I didn't think it was that deep. I didn't think it was that. But I will say this too. You know, as content creators, we never know what someone is going through. I've had people, especially in the beginning, like message me and say, hey, I haven't laughed since, my son died. Or I remember we had a storm chaser that was watching the show as she was giving birth. Like, for somebody to be watching you as they're in labor, like, people, it's a real thing. So I don't ever want to put anybody down for, having a connection with their content creator, because shit, you listen to us every day. I just ran into a content creator today in the Uber.
A content creator or a subscriber?
A subscriber. The Uber driver, and she was, you storm from YouTube. Oh, she said, oh my God. And it was a whole thing. And like, even kind of like today, I didn't really feel like making small talk, but I know that made her happy. So, you know, sometimes when it comes to your viewers, you, even if you don't understand what they're talking about, just placate them. Just okay.
Like I told Love Jones, look, I had a situation popped up in my Patreon with one of my Patreon members. I had no idea that's something that I had said in a previous stream. She had really internalized, and she really made it her business to tell me, you know, how she took it, how she felt. And this supporter was almost in tears. And I just bowed down and kissed the ring because, you know, it's just, you know, I didn't know that, obviously, and I would never want, you know, anyone that definitely supports me to ever internalize anything, you know, or take it personally. And so I just simply explained the situation and myself and apologize and just let her know that it would never happen again, and etc. And, you know, she was happy to have me apologize and acknowledge her feelings, and we went on into the sunlight together.
Exactly, because you know, me and you, we talk for a living. You talk long enough, you're gonna put your foot in your mouth. You're not gonna remember every single thing that you said. So sometimes it's like, girl, I ain't even gonna be able to like defend myself because I don't know what I said when I got on this mic. Like, if it offended you, my bad. But to Love Jones' defense, it didn't make sense. Number one, it didn't make sense to her, and then number two, she's like, "Wait a minute, girl, I just seen you cussing me out in the chat, and now you sound like you're on the verge of tears." So she's like,
of course,
like, what is this? And then thirdly, on top of that, like, you know, New Yorkers are not super sensitive either. Because I see some people in the chat like, I'm not offended by what Love Jones said, or how she was saying it. But
okay, hold on for a minute, Storm. Cream Puff, at this point, girl, you don't even have no goddamn credibility. You sent me a picture of a nigga with a pillowcase over his damn face. Nobody knows you here to not be a liar. You actually look just like that at this point. Between what you were doing last night and then what your ass did from the beginning, and then the fact that you thought it was intelligent to inform anybody else about Viper situation but me first and foremost, girl, you have no credibility. And I don't know whatever you know. I know just what I saw. And there was a reason why I had to put up a banner when it came to her, because her camera was not off. As you just heard me say to Viper when she finally got up on the stream, I said, I didn't know whether you wanted to be cammed up or not. And she said, no, CTV. I definitely do not want to be cammed up. So we know that I saw her. What we don't know is who the fuck you are. What we don't know is why the fuck you would be in my chat last night windmilling about your cousin when you should have been keeping me updated about your cousin, since you decided you wanted to break the news to me right then and there. It's no pictures for you to send me, Cream Puff, because here's the issue, baby. I don't even know anything about Viper to even verify what you're sending me is in fact her. I don't know this woman's government name. I don't know what city she lives in. But for all I know, what you're sending me is the fucking obituary of your auntie or of your neighbor or of some random motherfucker out of the newspaper. I don't have anything even to measure what you're sending me up against, because I don't have any personal fucking information about Viper. She doesn't even use her legal name on Instagram. Her Instagram name is Heart's Passion or Raw Passion. And we only knew her over here as Viper. So just like you sending me the picture of this part of Viper on the floor, how was I supposed, how am I supposed to know that's her? So if you have something that can verify that this is Viper, and that does not mean sending me an open casket image, that does not mean sending me a picture of the ashes in the urn, That does not mean sending me a picture of somebody on the floor with a fade. Because you're telling me that Viper had a fade, boo? Is that what you're telling me? Is that the box braids I saw to 5 days later, she has a fade like Lil Boosie? Viper had a fade, sis. Like, that's what you're going to go with. That Viper had a fade, right? That's what the T is. That's what you're telling me. That's what you're selling me on, sis, right? I just want to be clear about what your claim is. Because let's run this image again. Let's run it again. You're telling me that your good cousin had a lineup as fierce as mine, right? And you're telling me that that's the forehead of a man. I mean, of a woman at that. Not only is that forehead giving testosterone, but those shoulders are looking mighty broad and strong to me. And there's a reason why you slapped the big ass pillowcase over this person's face. So if you're telling me that Viper was a practically a bald-headed ass woman with a fade, when I just saw her with box braids hanging out of her goddamn bonnet backstage, and you're also telling me that this picture was supposed to verify and solidify anything to me, I want you to make it make sense. Because I bet you what you won't do is hit this motherfucking link. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
I bet you that's what you won't do. Because, see, I love to test and try the motherfucking spirit. I just dropped the link for you, Cocoa Puff.
Oh,
Come make it make sense and stand in your shit. And bring all of the receipts while you're at it. Whatever you're going to send to me, you're going to send to all of us, to all 729 of us. So be prepared to use that camera and be prepared to use those motherfucking receipts. I know you're not going to hit it. I know you're not going to motherfucking hit it because you a lying ass motherfucker. That's why you're not going to hit it. Your math equation ain't going to work in a way that's going to allow you to motherfucking hit it. All of a sudden, you went from, I'm going to send you this, I'm going to send you that, etc., 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 but you can't click the motherfucking link. But you had all the time in the world last night to be going back and forward with my moderators. And then you conveniently left me out of the group chat for a whole motherfucking month when you also had saw that live that I had initially did and knew that I was fucking concerned and I was pressed and I was motherfucking stressed about being put in this fucking predicament. And you never hit me up to tell me a motherfucking thing. Bitch, you won't hit this motherfucking link because you a goddamn liar. You a fucking sadistic ass bitch. And because I highly doubt that this is in fact Viper, I'm now talking to Viper. What it's giving is that it's you. You took advantage of a person who gave a fuck, who you know stands on principle, who you know gets into the street justice of it all. And you weaponize my empathy and weaponize my compassion by escalating a very problematic, extreme ass narrative, hoping that shit was going to gaslight my ass into sending my platform up in flames to penalize and make Love Jones the fucking villain. If you had any fucking receipts, bitch, they would have been already in my motherfucking inbox or email. Because as I said about you windmilling with my moderators, bitch, you have yet to contact me. You did all that with Lady Royal and Ray and still have yet to message me. Now, whatever the fuck is the case, bitch, you the reason why it looked the way that it looks. And the audacity for you to have intel by now, a month later, you done buried this woman, cremated this motherfucking woman, and you didn't even bless me with that information. You didn't even rest my mind with that information. You let me go beyond a month of carrying this without saying a motherfucking thing to me, but you got the nerve to be in my chat, bitch, issuing me a goddamn threat. Let me tell you something else you can put on that motherfucking lawsuit, hoe, is I will stump a goddamn hole in your motherfucking ass, bitch. I'll put feet, elbows, and bullets in your motherfucking ass, bitch. 2024, I told you hoes, I'm on you motherfucking bitches next. You motherfucking niggas will not play with me going forward. You wanted to smoke, bitch, you motherfucking got it. You fucking hoes love to play these reindeer games, bitch. I'ma show you how you run a race. Now, with that being said,
I will say this. Let me ask you your opinion on this. I feel like this is really all a thing because this person was triggered when Love Jones kissed me on camera. What do you think?
I don't know. Because I honestly try to give people I try to give them the benefit of a doubt of just taking their word for it. If they say they were pressed because a person called them out their name and started going crazy on them, I just assumed that was the issue. To me, honestly, Viper ain't giving me I want Storm. What she is giving me is I really love these two niggas. And yes, I care about their well-being. And I support them because I think they're dope and they're stars and they're going somewhere. And if I can do anything to keep these men doing what they're doing, I'm going to. And when she felt disrespected by Love Jones, she took it personally because, once again, you know, she was already depressed. She had already expressed that to me. She had already expressed that we make her so fucking happy. I did see her calm down. You know, I knew she had been in the hospital. Okay. I knew she had medical issues. I know that when your mental health is struggling and you don't got a lot to be happy with and you're using the one, you know, and you got like just a handful of things that are kind of just keeping your faithing, that, you know, yeah, you know, you're gonna be invested in a thing that makes you really fucking happy. So that, and to be invested obviously opens you up to a sensitivity because you're operating from empathy. Because her mental health wasn't already well and she was already struggling to be happy, you know, she took the situation with Love Jones to the extreme because it was escalated by pre-existing circumstances in her life. And I think because she's just a supporter, I think maybe she also felt disposable. And I think it scared her and it angered her because she thought that Love Jones would be able to influence the way you treat her and you allowing her to be in the chat and you allowing her to still be a supporter, etc. So she was both angry and she was sad. And she was willing to also like fix things too, which is why she committed to the conversation and was damn near in tears in that conversation with Love Jones.
Which I can
and I also know that Love Jones didn't know all of that either. I know she didn't even think that deep about it, and she didn't know Viper's backstory and any of that either. And so the exchange that you heard, it ended okay. Viper was vexed when Love Jones changed her mind and decided to go live days after they decided it was water under the bridge. And she wasn't expecting that, and then she allowed that to escalate her mental health allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
I think for me too, like, well, first off, let me say this. Who the hell send me $300 every live? Because I ain't been getting it. So when she said that in the chat, I just want to clarify, who the hell be sending me $300? Y'all been sending it to the wrong cash app if you've been doing that. Y'all DM me and email me so I can give you the correct one.
Storm, I always tell you, a nigga, you better put that shit in your header, like I do on my on StreamYard over here. I got that $sign and my cash app spelled right on out, so that you don't confuse you about that thing.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I put it right there on the screen. You see that $sign Consciouztv, the up thing.
I'm sure finna do that from now because I'm like, like what? Like now, Miss Spirit Led dropped them hundreds on me, but outside of Miss Spirit Led, I'm like, who else? But anyway, that ain't the point. That ain't the point.
No, I'm glad you kind of like, I'm glad you're kind of taking some hard exits because it's helping me to. And they know you're an empath.
And they know you're an empath, so they bring this shit to you. I feel like people just dump shit on you and be like, okay,
they do. They do. They fucking do. They fucking do because, of course, out of all people, I would attract this fucking situation. Me. Of course, it would be me that would attract it. Nobody else. But of course, it would be fucking me that this would just happen to manifest. This is what the fuck. This is what the fuck I be talking about. And also, if this is a hoax, and I want you to see what I'm gonna show you next.
Okay.
This is what I be talking about too, where we attract the fuckery of it all. And sometimes we also attract succubus and weird ass people and fucking narcissists and people take advantage of that love, of that care, of that compassion, etc. This is a fucked up situation to have to illustrate that through. But now, once again, this is one of the trillion examples that I be talking to my audience about that demonstrate the dynamics of being a goddamn super empath and the type of shit that comes into your life and that comes into your stratosphere. But so you guys know, and you already know this obviously, that after Crystal decided to leave me hanging as she went forward and cremated her cousin and continued to be subscribed to the channel as Coco Puff, but never decided to jump back in my inbox or never decided to contact me ever again to give me any more information, but had all the time in the world to be in my watch page last night, arguing back and forth with my fucking moderators rather than communicating with me because she left me with no fucking information and no answers. I went live, as y'all already know, and I spoke to y'all about the situation without inserting names. And y'all told me, okay, CTV, call the police, etc., and contact Instagram. The police have a cybersecurity department in their in their shit where they can extract IP addresses, And then y'all also had encouraged me to also contact Instagram. Okay? Now, I'm not going to be able to play the recorded phone calls because I did record my interaction with the police and I did record my interaction with so before I get there, so I contacted the police. I contacted the suicide hotline and crisis hotline, and I also contacted the FBI. But I'm not going to be able to let you guys listen to this because obviously they asked me for a lot of personal information so that they could contact me. So yeah, I'm not going to be able to play those conversations. But what I am going to do is just let you guys hear just hear some things just so that hold on, let me
Oh wait, does he realize? Oh, okay, I guess he muted himself on purpose. Okay, while they doing that, what do y'all think, chat? Do y'all believe it, or do you believe it's more of like a hoax, or like? I'm in disbelief.
I can't even play. Yeah, I can't even play the audio.
Okay.
I just wanted everybody to hear just like a little bit of the 1 2 1 2. But once again, I really can't. I haven't even edited, so I can't even play it because it has a lot of my personal information in it. But essentially, I contacted Instagram first. I already knew Instagram was going to be a dub because, I mean, like, what the fuck they supposed to tell me? Of course, they're not going to give me any personal information about her. They don't fucking know me. I could be the fucking ex-husband that she has a restraining order against, trying to find her so I can unalive her for all they know. Like, that's not the way that social media platforms work. So I already knew that I wasn't going to hear back from Instagram, but I sent them a message, told them the situation nonetheless, and I never heard anything back from them. I then called the police. I called 2 different police stations. I called one in Alabama where I am, and then I also called a bigger precinct in New York because I know that they deal with a lot of crime. Therefore, I was told by the local Alabama police to probably call a bigger precinct because they would have probably more resources. What I learned in talking to the goddamn police is that there was nothing that they could fucking do because I don't have any information for them to do anything with. They can't do a wellness check. I don't know what city she's in. I don't have her government name. And they also demystified this urban legend that they have a cybersecurity department. They have no such thing. So the people who were telling me that the police could get her IP address, etc., this man connected both the precincts, connected me to various people. There was no such thing that fucking existed. There was nothing that they could do. So I end up calling the crisis hotline because I assumed that, okay, we're living in a day and age now because social media exists, that maybe they deal with stuff like this because social media exists, like, people become pen pals and people develop whole fucking relationships and romances, over the internet. So I'm just like, maybe they have some type of a system in place to deal with people who kind of get lost in the sauce and get sucked into the vacuum via the internet, and do where you can just have a web address or email or something, and that can be filtered through and information can be extracted and blah, 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 blah. Nope, they didn't have anything either. But what the crisis hotline operator did encourage me to do is call the FBI. Called the FBI. Finally getting somewhere. I was able to talk to an agent. They told me that, they would take all the information. I gave them Viper's IP address. I gave them her Instagram page. I gave them the YouTube name that she uses. I gave them obviously my information, etc. And then they told me that there was that if the case got picked up by an agent, that I would receive a phone call and or an email that's listed for a follow-up. Because I know the FBI probably deals with a plethora of shit, and this probably ends up somewhere on the very low priority list for them, considering all the shit they are assigned to do in protecting the United States and dealing with fraud at a major level and crime at a major level, etc. I was not expecting any contacts, soon. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to give this some time. I need to give them time to really get to me. So that's when I decided, okay, I'm just going to play the waiting game. I'm going to give, the FBI an opportunity to get to me. I didn't feel that confident about someone reaching out to me based upon my interaction with the agent that took my information and that put the case into the system. But I felt like at least I had done everything that I could do in order to get somewhere. And when the agent asked me, what basically were my expectations, I told him that, I just wanted at the very least a wellness check to happen, for this woman's identity to be able to be drudged up, and then a wellness check be executed, and then at least it can be verified that she either did take her life or didn't take her life, because my brain couldn't land a plane, because I know that people are not well on the internet, and it's very well possible that somebody can end their life. You have content creators historically that have took their lives.
Yes.
And supporters have took their lives. And supporters have took the lives of influencers as well. All those things have historically happened. So this isn't something that's impossible. It's not something that's likely, but it is something that does happen. So because I knew it was a possibility that this could be something that actually happened, I didn't feel safe allowing myself to make a decision that it either was or was not a hoax, because I didn't want to invest in, okay, this is a hoax, and then come to find out this shit fucking happened, and now I gotta revisit this whole thing all over from scratch again in myself. And I didn't want to also give myself an opportunity to grieve under the impression that it did happen, only to find out that it didn't fucking happen, and I wasted all my fucking time grieving over something that wasn't real.
True.
So I was literally in this purgatory state, which is why I'm giving Coco Miss Puff all that fucking work. Because that bitch gave me a name and then tiptoed out the sanctuary and never said a motherfucking thing to me again about Viper, and left me to my own devices to figure out everything under the sun that could be done to get to the bottom of this situation. And to your point, this was happening all in the same space of my birthday, the Unhinged, Sledgehammer Head, Von Ray, Storm stuff, and this.
It was a lot.
Now, I do tap myself on the back because I handled all of this like a motherfucking G. Like a motherfucking like a real motherfucking nigga, and handled it with integrity at that. Yeah. Because I also considered, if this is a hoax, then Viper's agenda is to gaslight me knowing how I am, in order to get her lit back on Love Jones, by relying on me to be impulsive enough and emotional enough to just jump out of the fucking window and get it going off the strength of my feeling. So I was like, you know what? Nope. Because if I fuck around and jump out of the fucking window off my impulses, and then Love Jones goes and get epic fucking backlash only to find out none of this shit was true to begin with, then that blood is on my hands. So in order to avoid making a bigger mess of a fucking mess and having an apology to give to her, I said, nope, I'm going to take my time do what I can to verify what the fuck happened, and I'm going to chill until the until. So, because my brain could not land, and despite me doing everything that within my power to just employ all the systems to figure this shit out, I still needed personal closure because I literally was in a state of torment, not knowing whether this was or wasn't the case. I couldn't allow myself to grieve, and I couldn't allow myself to accept it was a hoax. It was driving me fucking crazy. So I employed the second thing that I know to employ, which is the metaphysical world. So two people that read for me, and two people who are brilliant and talented seers and prophets and visionaries. I had them read this situation the same night this happened. Who I'm about to show you guys is a person who's been on my platform before named Shango Ray. He's a sorcerer, he's a mystic, and he's done readings for the Consciouz Crew, and this is his work in real life. And the man is incredibly gifted and talented. So I want you guys to check out his reading. Let me share my screen. This is courtesy of Shango Ray's platform, and this is covered by fair use. And this is him reading me in real time the night that all this shit blew up. And this is what he read. Let me put up my fair use banner. Okay, so this is Shango Ray. Check this out and give me a 1 if the audio is good. Oh, let me switch over my goddamn microphone. I always forget to fucking do that. Microphone. All right. Give me a 1 if you guys can hear this good.
It's going to be all good. Your name's going to be in it. So we got you covered. Okay. Okay. Mr. Consciouztv, how may I be of service? Nel Solar. That's a
Okay, so this is
hoax or
so this is what I had typed out to him. One of my subscribers apparently unalived themselves tonight after speaking with me in the DMs about feeling suicidal, but it's seeming that it could be a hoax or untrue. Is this true or not?
about feeling suicidal. But it's seeming it could be a hoax or untrue. Oh, wow. You hit me with super duper heavy shit, huh? Jeez. All right. All right. So this is what I'd like you to do, bro. I'd like you to first of all, I'd like you to gaze into this eye. Take a nice, calming, relaxing, deep breath in. Hold it at the top. At the count of 1, 2, and 3. Go ahead and just naturally relax, releasing all tension, opening your mind for whatever answer needs to come. At the same time, go ahead and just project your sincerest desire on knowing the truth of this situation into this eyeball. Thank you. And let it be so. Yeah, see, I get the heavy duty shit all the time. I don't know what it is. All right. Let me shake off the energy from the last read. Hold on just a sec. He might not even know who the hell they are now. Like, maybe he does, like, as far as names go. I don't know. Consciouztv.
And I want y'all guys to see how much information this man did not have. He didn't have no information. He didn't know whether I even knew the real name of the person or not. And there were certain things he's going to say that gave me chills because he did not have any fucking information at all other than what I put up there on that goddamn screen. That's all he had. But listen to what he's going to say.
I don't know if you see in the chat here, but no. Said about doing a wellness check, but I mean, if you don't know who the person is, I don't.
Exactly.
Like, nobody uses their names anymore on this, you know what I'm saying? All righty. Now I'm going to really concentrate on this or just go into the void for this one. Not that I don't for the other ones, but like, I don't want to be giving false information with this shit. So it's a situation with Consciouztv and this suicide, a hoax. The situation with Consciouztv and this apparent suicide, a hoax. Almost there. Suicide hoax. Only the truth. Please speak loud. All facts. And no cap. Cut this. I'm gonna do 7 cards for this. I'm not really getting it. It's a hoax, bro. You only got 1 red card on this, even if I'm just looking at it from that perspective. There's a lot of air energy here, though, I could see. Whoever this was also, I feel, was like really enmeshed in, they were, I would say depression, but this feels like, I don't know, like
this man had no idea that this woman was depressed. He had no idea. He knows things that I know myself to be true. He don't know that he's getting all this truth through divination. So he's already picking up on her depression, and he's saying right out of the gate, this does not appear to be a hoax to him. And he's already picked up on her depression.
I get depression, it feels like more of a body thing, right? Like emotional. But at the same time, I could see just, or feel anyways, it's almost like I could kind of think their thoughts or whatever, but it's like they were pessimistic. Or had a
pessimistic. He had no idea that Viper was dealing with mental health issues and that she was in distress on top of the stuff she was already dealing with about the stuff that was going on between her and Love Jones.
Optimistic outlook towards this time, but yeah, like this feels like, I don't know, like sometimes when I get depression, it feels like more of a body thing, right? Like emotional. But at the same time, I could see just or feel anyways. It's almost like I could kind of think their thoughts or whatever, but it's like they were pessimistic or had a pessimistic outlook towards this time. But yeah, like I'm really looking this over. Hold on, I'm gonna go over this again with the old left hand. You know what I'm saying? But these are your cards that I got here.
In the chat, y'all, just to be fair, you know, allow everybody to engage their opinions. If they're going to be, if people are going to say dishonorable things about Viper, then it's fair to allow them to sound off on Love Jones as well. If disrespect not going to be spoken about Viper, then disrespect not going to be spoken about Love Jones as well. But be fair in the chat. Be fair.
The 9 of clubs could also, I mean, a gunshot to the head.
Wow.
All right. Let me get your comment off so you can see this shit. It's blocking up the whole screen. All right. Ace of Spades reversed. That's a death card as well. 9 of Clubs reversed. Four of Clubs. It feels reversed to me, though you can't really tell. 2 of Clubs. And to me, this is also another serious card right here, too. 4 of Spades. And the last card is the 2 of Diamonds. All right. With this 2 of Diamonds, it feels like something being divested of something. Like, yeah, I to be honest, bro, I'm not getting that it was a hoax. And I hope that I fall flat on my face with this one. I really do. Like, I don't know what the situation was with you. This may even be this might even be the conversation, but this is also the decision to do something as well.
So he pulled up the card that represents the actual action that took place. Now he about to say something that is what he said next, or that he's going to say in a few that really kind of spent me.
I don't know what, like I said, I don't know y'all's business on here, okay? But yeah. To be honest, this 2 of Diamonds, it could be a partnership, right? But two of Diamonds could also be divorce or die.
No, but that's the thing. See, you guys aren't thinking. The question is about a hoax. So he's not deciding that this is or isn't true. He's a non-biased person. He's not reading somebody that he knows, in fact, to be suicidal. He don't know that, just like I don't know that. My whole question is presented in figuring that out. So no, his reading would not be biased toward the suicidal narrative, because we don't even know if that's true or not. She could very well be alive. She could have taken her own life. He can only read what the divination system is giving him. But once again, so just remember that context. I didn't tell him, I didn't even tell him that she was struggling with mental health. I haven't even told him that this is true. I'm telling him I don't know if it is or isn't true. He don't know whether it is or isn't true. He's not invested in whether it is or isn't true or not. He's just going to do divination and extract about what is given. But it's something that he's going to say that's going to escalate it and leave me even more in a what the fuck.
That whole die word, divested of your life, you know, type of thing, just separated, you know. And being that it's a 4 of spades, 4 of spades is also self-sabotage. So self-sabotage can also be that as well, you know.
So y'all don't listen. Ebony, where did I say she committed the suicide word? I don't understand how y'all watch things and look at things and do all that and still be like downtown when you should be uptown. Like I really don't understand it. I really don't get how there could be a whole goddamn exhibit and a whole blueprint and a whole map of the terrain laid the fuck out, and the math would still be zigzagging y'all minds. My question to him is literally right here, and it says, Shango Ray, one of my subscribers apparently unalived themselves tonight after speaking with me in the DMs about feeling suicidal, but in all caps, it's seeming that it could be a hoax or not true. Is this true or not? No, you thought right because you're not actually paying attention. When you are like trying to get ahead of shit and you're not being present and you're not listening and you're not like present. And this is why it really don't be mattering for influencers to be doing all this, because influencers will lay shit out thoroughly, and still yet, all the fucking information goes to the left and to the right. I don't understand it.
Yeah, people gonna hear what they want to hear.
Like, what the fuck? It's literally all happening. It's all worded. It's all being presented. Oh, but see, you should not be asking no questions then, Ebony, if you're cleaning at the same time. You should probably reserve your questions and just play the rewatch, because everything is like laid out as it is. How you know you're not paying that much attention, but yet you got questions? You got to make a choice, sis. You gotta make a choice, sis. Because I'm taking time to really lay this shit out. It shouldn't be no questions. I'm the one who done all the work. I'm the one who laying everything out. I'm the one who did all the homework. All y'all gotta do is just receive it. That's all y'all job is to just look and literally listen and watch. But you can't know that you cleaning and then have the nerve to have questions. Your questions come because you preoccupied. Come on. I hate when I have had to put my foot off into this shit and y'all still be scratching y'all heads. Like, it's all there. It's all right here, and it's all love. I'm just giving constructive criticism, but this is a very serious situation. We're not going over Cassie's lawsuit. You know, like, we're not talking about sexy red sucking toes. You know, like, it's come on. Like I told y'all earlier from the earlier chat, I said, look, we got to do some serious decision making in the live coming tonight. I need y'all to like keep up. I need y'all to keep up. Come on. This is not like, come on.
I would contact the authorities if you're that, you know, if you're that concerned about that, because I don't know all the details of your case or what you got going on. I don't say case, but like what this was with this person. I can definitely tell you right now, they were feeling their mind was extremely restless as well. They felt their thoughts were nothing but of like, seems to be like a hopeless type of nature as well. All right. I don't know if they were an air sign. Okay. But there's a good chance they were some type of an air sign, possibly maybe a Libra. But that's what I have. Mr. Consciouztv, did you hear me? Yeah, I'm not getting that it was, bro. I'm not getting that it was, but I have a lot of questions springing up. Like, how did you find out that they did do that? Because if they're not alive, who's going to tell you? Unless it was like their friend or something. I don't know. But something is definitely, I'm really getting something's really wrong here. You know, something's not, I don't feel like necessarily that's a lie, you know. The Ace of Spades reverse is the death card. There's that card, and then there's the Nine of Spades as well. Those are the two prominent death cards that you want to look out for in a question like this, you know. But yeah, that's what I have. Okay, so what we're going to do now, switching, what a mood. Switching the subject here.
I think I missed.
All right. Let me see.
Hold on.
And being that it's a Four of Spades is also self-sabotage. So self-sabotage can also be that as well. I don't know what the situation was with you. This may even be some...
I'm trying to find the part because I think I skipped over it, but there was a part in this where he said that she shot herself. When he said that, that's when I was like, oh my God. Why would he be picking up on all this shit? Because once again, the question is not, hold on, let me change my fucking microphones. The question is not, this person died by self-deletion. Can you read the details of what was going through their minds? Can you tell me what happened? Oh, you heard it with Shonda. I did. Oh, I thought I missed it. Okay, y'all heard it. Good. I'm like, I knew he said that, but I didn't hear it. Okay, y'all heard that shit. So it wasn't like my question was, hey, this person did this. Can you tell me the details of why they did it? The question is, this is what is being alleged, and it could be untrue. Did this happen? But I mean, to talk about this woman depression and self-sabotaging and being hopeless when I already knew about her health issues and her hospitalization and all of that. And then he also picked up on the way she took her life. Now, it's a trillion goddamn ways you could take your life.
True.
You can drown yourself. You can throw yourself off the ledge of a building. You can hang yourself. You can slip. You can stab yourself. You can overdose. For him to specifically pick up on the way in which she took her life just made the situation even more fucked up for me, because now I'm like, what the fuck? So then I consulted with one of my best friends, Cosmic, who I've had on the platform a trillion times, Prophet, Witch Doctor, the whole fucking nine. Do you know, Storm, that Cosmic and Shango pulled the exact same fucking cards? Neither one of them knew about each other. Because when I had called Cosmic, I didn't even tell him that I had just got read by another seer. I just told him the situation and that I needed him to employ. I would have read it myself, but I was too emotionally blurry to give myself an accurate reading. So I called him. He didn't even know that I had just read with Shango. This man pulled the exact same fucking cards and had the exact same fucking conclusion. Now, these are two people that I trust, that I know are on their shit.
And they didn't have no
And didn't have any knowledge of each other, didn't have any knowledge of the situation or nothing. Because I told Cosmic the same thing that I told Shango. I didn't tell him any details. I just said, hey, my subscriber apparently took their life, and I don't know whether this could be true or not. Can you read the situation and verify whether this person took their life or not? The exact same fucking cards, the exact same fucking conclusion that this was not a hoax. That this was not a hoax. Now, once again, seers, it's all, it's a lot of interpretive work. Because here's what I was thinking, right? I was like, okay, so this either literally has happened, and this would be one of the most bizarre ways something like this could play out and then be true. But I said, if it's not true, how do I explain these two readers reading the situation the same, pulling the same cards, and coming up with the same conclusion? And it dawned on me that if it's not true, and that this is a hoax, what they read, they interpreted a literal death, but really what they could have interpreted was a figurative death, because Viper knew that she was going to have to give up that account as she knew it to be, because she was going to have to make the suicide narrative real, which means that she can't operate from the Raw Passion Instagram page no more. She can't operate from the Viper YouTube profile anymore. That she was going to have to essentially die in a way.
That makes sense. The character is the
character, the persona, but that's if this is not true, because it's no way in hell that if it ain't true that these people read wrong when they pulled the exact same fucking cards. That is not coincidence. That just it's not going to happen. There's a 1 in a trillion chance of that taking place. So either this is true or it's not true. Based upon how everything is played out, I'm not sure, Storm, if I have any more resolve. Especially after Coco Puff came in my motherfucking chat last night and today, and has still yet to bring me anything. I want to say this was a hoax.
Me too. I feel like Coco Puff is Viper.
But what I hate is that I don't know it to be true. I'm assuming that to be true. I don't like assuming in some shit like this. And I don't like the fact that I was the last motherfucker to speak to this fucking woman, and this is what was put in my lap. And I don't know. I don't know it to be true.
But at this point, Conscious, what else can you do?
Nothing.
And you've definitely done more than most, because most would have just been like, all right, fuck it. Okay, she did. You went to the police. You've been doing investigations. You've been on your Olivia Pope. I don't think she really killed herself. I think it's, like you said, I think it's the persona. And I think that maybe the plan was to do this, fake the suicide, and then have you like turn everybody against Love Jones. I'm not sure what the thought process was, but I'm just putting it out there. It's fucked up though. Because CTV actually cares. We sat on the phone for a while.
And I'm with y'all on that. Because like I said, with everything being everything, it's giving hoax. what I just don't like is I don't know it to be absolutely the case.
But I don't think it's nothing else.
It is nothing else. And that's the part that I'm saying that I hate. I hate that this is it. I hate that this is where the road ends. I hate that I just don't like assumptions. Even this is even how I live. In real life, like I deal in facts.
True.
When I'm dealing with stuff as a content creator, I bring receipts. So being in situations where I gotta make assumptions, it's just not something I'm used to. And then in a situation like this where it involves somebody that I was acquainted with, someone that I got to know as a supporter, and to have something like this, have a narrative like this, that she took her life, and to not know that to be true.
But let's be honest too. If you find your cousin that has off themselves, I'm not finna go back and forth with a content creator. I'm calling the police.
Yeah, because I said all that too. Like, and because she contacted me back in 15 minutes. I'm like, there's no way.
There's no way.
Because you would be doing life resuscitations on your cousin. There's no way that an operator, like the dispatcher, would be telling you what the fuck to do in that moment. You would not, in the onslaught of her pulling the trigger, just be sitting there waiting on them. They would be encouraging you to pump her chest, to give her oxygen. You would just be figuring out her life. You would not be preoccupied with looking through her fucking phone while she's sitting there unalive and you're waiting on the police and the coroner. But look at what T-Lounge says. T-Lounge is an influencer as well. And she's a seer and a reader. And she even just said, not sure if you saw my comment, but I did a reading as well. I have the pic. I didn't get that it was a lie. However, the pic was weird. Look what I'm saying. Why the fuck does every seer keep coming up with the same thing? But once, okay, T-Lounge, let me ask you this, sis. Based upon what I said about spiritual work and how readings are about interpretation, would you say that it's also possible that all of the readers are reading the same thing because they are reading a type of death that occurred, which is a metaphorical death? Is it possible that what y'all are reading is her metaphorical death, not her literal one? What would you say to that, T-Lounge? Tyrus, you are not no damn warlock.
Wait, who said that warlock? Oh my god.
Tyrus said, as a warlock, I determined that she is alive. Stop playing with me, Tyrus. Shauna says, your brain cannot process traumatic events in 15 minutes. That part. Like, how you in my chat having whole cohesive sentences, whole cohesive paragraphs. It's
it's the way they held the cover over the head for me.
And then does that look like a woman, a female to you? Storm.
It look like a nigga.
And that's why it's too many, like, what the fuck inconsistencies.
Now, could Viper have been trans?
No, I told you, I saw, well, I mean, I don't know. I don't believe she was trans, but remember, I did see her in the green room when she came up, before she came up to talk to Love Jones. And she had box braids in her head at that time. She didn't have a fucking fade. And that person in that picture is edged up on the sides.
Yeah, they are.
Like I am. Like you are. They got a whole bald fade going on the side. That's a nigga's forehead, and that's a nigga's haircut.
You know, I didn't want to say it when I saw it, but yeah, that's definitely that's a nigga.
So then, okay, to T-Lounge part, to T-Lounge's point, then, if we take her reading, then Viper could be unalive, but but the so-called cousin Crystal Green, Coco Puff, just sent me a pic to illustrate, because she did say she didn't want Viper's death picture posted all over social media, which I would have never did that anyway. Had she actually sent me a picture of what appeared to, like of a full face person who clearly was injured and deceased, that would not have went up
at all.
But what if, to T Lounge's reading, the picture was fake, but the situation happened? But even with that, it's just hard to believe. Like you and I have said, it's hard to believe that in 15 minutes you would be doing this in the inbox rather than dealing with the 911 dispatcher, who I do not believe would have let Crystal get off the phone. And for all I know, there is no Crystal Green, because the nigga in the picture could be a whole nigga, and the Crystal Green is just another decoy, another avatar. That person on the ground is more than likely the person who was communicating with me. This
is some diabolical shit. And it's a mind fuck. And they just dump this shit on you. Like, okay, you deal with it. And y'all can't say it's not a big deal. Like, Conscious is spiritual. He's an empath. Like, he feels everything.
But even more than that, this is something that somebody is saying is true, and we have no way to know that it's not. And if Viper was a supporter that I never interacted with, I never even noticed her, that'd be one thing.
True.
Even the person in the inbox thanked me, for how I treated Viper, giving her a space, encouraging her, this was somebody I interacted with. I didn't know her like that, but I knew her on a very basic level in terms of, me just being a creator, her being a supporter, her, and you go through this. I'm sure that you have, like, your day ones. You have, supporters and moderators that you deal with and who you have developed, some type of strong rapport with. So imagine you in this situation with one of them.
I would be freaking out too.
Yeah, like that's the situation that I'm in. Like, Viper wasn't like some random person I saw like once. This woman was a regular. We heard her in a conversation with Love Jones. This woman was a real full-blooded woman, and her emotions were real. And I saw her in the hospital gown. I know she was going through a lot. I knew she was really a fan. She kept my inbox flooded with all type of stuff. And the woman showed her love, through her cash apps. And being put in this situation and not knowing either narrative to be not having no fucking objective, but
you can't get closure. That's what you're seeking, and you can't. You have no way of getting it. Somebody said, could Viper be her real name? I doubt it though.
Nah, ain't nobody black ass mama naming their daughter Viper. That ain't her real name. And guess what? When after I got this news, I also went off. I knew there was no way for me to know who the fucking Crystal Green was. But you can bet your ass I got on Facebook and I damn near looked through every fucking Crystal Green profile that's ever been invented on Facebook. I didn't even know what the fuck I was looking for. I wouldn't have been able to also pick Crystal Green out of a Million Man March. But what I told myself, okay, is that if this happened, maybe there's a Crystal Green on social media that has posted about the death of their cousin. And that will help me to determine if I'm on the right profile. So I looked through every fucking Crystal Green that came up, and I looked through every post by a Crystal Green. Because, you can also look up, whatchamacallit, her real name, it wasn't on Cash App either.
I ain't even think about that, but yeah.
Yeah, it was a Viper there too. But I may be able to contact Cash App maybe, and get, I don't know, because I think, do they show you people's emails and shit through Cash App?
I don't think so.
No?
Uh-oh.
Let me see something. I'm about to pull up my, let me see something. Her name ain't even coming up anymore in my Cash App thing.
No,
like,
she
it don't even
deleted her Cash App.
It don't even search out.
She might have deleted her Cash App.
Well, then there's that. She ain't even coming up no more on the goddamn Cash App.
Yeah, she deleted her profile.
So this is the thing. At this point, this is it. I don't have anything else I can do, to your point. The plane that I wasn't comfortable allowing to land until I felt I had enough information to make a informed decision, or at least enough time to know the facts. For my own sake, I'm going to go ahead and land that plane on hoax. I'm going to make the executive decision for myself to decide it's a hoax. And I'm going to just move forward.
Yeah.
From there. It's giving hoax. But you know, I cannot continue to exist this way. I can't continue to exist in the middle. I just can't do it. I can't do it. Like I just can't do it. I have to decide something for my own shit, for my own sake. I just have to make a decision about a narrative and let that be that. And I'm going to decide that this is a hoax. I gave the situation time. I put it in every authoritative hands that could be put in. Crystal Green has had no interest in following up with me about her cousin at all. So I done exercised everything I know to fucking exercise. And this is it. This is it.
You did all you can do. You did all you could, truly. But I think it's, for me, watching all of this, watching you to bear the brunt of all of this. I think going forward, I'm definitely going to be very conscientious, I think is the word, of how I deal with subscribers. You even gave Cream Puff a chance to hit the link. I believe Cream Puff is Viper, but I'm gonna leave that alone. But
I do too. Because it's like, why would, like, first of all, how did you know that this live stream was being done? For one. And why is it that you had all this time to communicate with me and have said absolutely nothing? But you was all up in the watch page arguing with people who not me. And it was something interesting that got said to my moderators by this Crystal Green Cocoa Puff bitch, which was, she said, we basically, that Viper's account is still in use out of honoring her. Her children watch YouTube, and she pretty much alluded that the account still being used. I feel like Viper was afraid of this live stream because that account probably has continued to be used, and Viper decided, after seeing that I had not followed up publicly, that it probably was over, and she's probably been active on YouTube, been active even in other sectors under that Viper account. And because she's still subscribed and she's still alive and she's still very much so a real girl, she's not Casper. She was afraid that me doing this damn live stream would expose the fact that there's supposed to be nobody behind that damn Viper account. It's supposed to be a ghost account. is not supposed to be cash apping nobody and super chatting nobody and engaging and dialoguing with no damn body, because the person behind that account is supposed to be damn deceased. And she was afraid that if I went through with this live stream, that all would come out and all would be fucking exposed. And then she would really look like a damn nutbag and would really then have to let go of the Viper account, which clearly, if she's still using, she is attached to and invested in because she's developed relationships already.
Yep.
From that account. So literally her undoing the Viper account is literally her having to start all the way back over with content creators that she has already built a relationship with. And that's why, and so she created the Cocoa Puff account, acting as this so-called cousin or Crystal Green, and was trying her best to even intimidate me out of doing this live. Bitch, bitch, my supporters could have told you, bitch, there's no such thing as intimidating CTV. Are you dumb, bitch? You must be new here. Maybe in fact, girl, you are new here, girl, because girl, this is CTV we're talking about, baby. This is the nigga that runs toward the burning house. Are you dumb? Girl, you can't threaten me with an AK-47. You can't threaten me with doxing. You can't threaten me with violence. You can't threaten me with a lawsuit. Bitch, are you dumb, girl? You must not know. You must not know. But this is it. This is the update, you guys. This is what has been happening. This is what I've been living with.
Y'all give Consciouztv a break, please. You know, first off, I want to say we appreciate you for being Olivia Pope and Baby Jesus all in one. But I'm telling you, I don't believe she's actually dead.
I don't either, because to other people's point too, if she had unalived herself under these circumstances, obviously, and if her cousin was in fact existed and was really pressed, the authorities would have got involved, because as you can see from the DM exchange, the cousin was angry at Love Jones. She blamed Love Jones for Viper unaliving herself. So if this situation could have been taken up criminally, certainly the cousin would have pressed all the gas to hold Love Jones accountable for this, and therefore the authorities would have rightfully got involved and obviously contacted me, being somebody who was the last person to correspond with Viper. None of that happened. None of that happened. The authorities didn't contact me. Love Jones has not been contacted. No, nothing. They would have wanted to investigate to make sure that this woman was not driven to do what she did, that she wasn't instructed, because you can be penalized criminally for bullying somebody into a suicide. That would have been a narrative, and that would have been a charge that her angry cousin would have been interested in from top to bottom.
I mean, doing interviews and everything. It would have been
and everything. But certainly the authorities would have been motherfucking involved. That cousin would have yielded to the criminal justice system abso-motherfucking-lutely. There's no goddamn way, as angry as she was, and with her allegedly seeing what upset and triggered Viper, that she would have forfeited the opportunity to hold Love Jones accountable, even if Love Jones would have not been criminally liable. Still, she would have made sure there was an investigation to determine if there was liability or not.
True.
And you can't tell me, bitch, because I know your Cocoa Puff nappy head ass is still watching, hoe, that you ain't got no smoke for a criminal investigation in the death of your cousin, but you got energy to windmill with my moderators on a platform that supports Viper. You can't tell me, bitch, that you got energy to be in my comment section as if we over here doing something wrong to begin with. But you ain't got no smoke for the criminal justice system. And you ain't got no smoke and energy to get the authorities involved. You can't tell me that, girl. That don't even make no motherfucking sense, ho. So it's giving hoax. And the bitch didn't hit the link after she had said she was going to provide me all the proof.
Ain't hit you with a DM, email, or nothing.
Didn't hit me with nothing before, ain't hit me with nothing during, ain't gonna hit me with nothing afterwards. And like I told her, you know that I don't even know Viper's government name, and I couldn't even pick her out of a Million Man March. So you know that I don't even have nothing to use to vet this so-called evidence you're gonna send me. What am I supposed to use to verify that this is Viper? I don't even know her legal name. I don't even know how she fully looks. So, bitch, you can be sending me anybody's pictures. You can be sending me anybody's. Just like you did. You sent me little Bootsy on the ground, bitch.
Oh, my God.
So, what is proof supposed to look like under these circumstances? And if you really gave a fuck about me in this situation, because you put me in this situation, you would have already afforded me whatever it is that could be given to me for the sake of closure. So this was a twisted ass game played by a twisted ass person. Viper is behind this. There is no cousin. There is no Crystal Green. Crystal Green might in fact actually be her. Might actually be Viper's real name. But this live stream happened, and now everybody knows everything that took place. And I'm just emptying out the pot because I'm not carrying none of this shit into 2024.
Hello.
That's why I done chin check and black eyed and rearrange hoes' faces on these streets the past few weeks.
Wait, can we talk about that real quick? Because, baby, the way you've been dragging, you done made hoes put on a button-up shirt. They preaching, I damn near turning straight.
That's what happens when you hold your mule and you just give hoes the opportunity to find them somebody else to play with. And then when we cometh around the mountain, when we cometh and we cometh well. And I ain't done either. Because 2024, all this Mr. Nice Guy shit, all this Mr. Rogers shit, all this folk playing on my motherfucking top, playing in my face, all that shit is over with. All that shit is over with.
Are you going to your villain era? I am totally here for it.
I'm not going to say I'm going into my villain era, but I'm going into my aggressive superhero era. I'm going into my very aggressive superhero era. Like, I'm going to save the bank from being robbed. The robber might not have an opportunity to do any time in my aggressive superhero era because that robber's mama is going to be selling fish plates to the local Baptist church she a part of to bury her son.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like when I clean them streets up, instead of there just being justice laid before the people, there may be a shriek of blood down that street as a result of the justice that's been provided. I'm not letting hoes play with me for 2024. And I have plans on inducing trauma into any bitch who plays with me for 2024. That's why them hoes got on button-up shirts. That's why them bitches done gave their life back to Christ. That's why them fucking hoes. I ain't even pull out the extendo clip yet. This just a baby pistol. So I got a lot of plans, and I've been blessed immensely. But I realized that I have to take responsibility for making people believe that I'm to be played with. So we're gonna be doing some things a little bit differently, going ahead. Just a little bit differently. It's gonna be epic because we got places to go and people to see.
Oh, I'm here for it.
Oh yeah, it's going to be an epic year for sure. But yeah, we are going to be, handling business on these streets just a little bit differently than we have in the past few years, because I really gave these girls the other cheek of mine to kiss and to eat.
You said I didn't ran out of cheeks. That's it.
Yeah, I ain't interested. I ain't interested in turning another cheek. I got 2 fists for a reason. I got my stamina all the way up because I've been resting. I've been resting in my femininity. I've been resting deep in her. But the nigga has come out to play now. So 2024, I'm excited for. I'm excited about all the trauma I'm going to be inducing in these bitches. I'm excited about all of the success and all of the goodness that's ahead. Yeah. Gonna be a slightly more aggressive CTV. But nonetheless, still a bundle of love and glory and joy.
Now
but
he gonna make you go pick the switch, but whip you with love.
That part. Maybe a drop chord, not so much as a switch. We gonna take them old old school ass whipping tactics. Super old school. Maybe not a switch, but a drop chord instead. Yes. But I want to thank you, Storm, for being here. And I want to thank you for being supportive.
Yes.
And, I don't know what else needs to happen for us obviously, like you said, this is a wake-up call for sure. Because maybe in this case, it was a hoax. But this is something that really can occur.
Yes.
And this is a teachable moment for all content creators and subscribers about the mindfulness of the dynamics between both worlds. And I think this is a conversation that definitely needs to be had across the board, because it's fucked up to be in this position. And I would not want anybody else to be in some shit like this. It's ridiculous.
Because you just
even as a lie, it's even worse, because the thing about it being true is that you at least have absolute closure.
Yep.
Because you can land the plane on the facts. But to just be left in open suspension, that's just cruel. But nonetheless, I'm not carrying this either into 2024. So, it's done. But I hope the conversations happen. I think that these are important conversations, and we need to all, as content creators, think about all the things we need to be possibly prepared for that can show up in our experience, and to just make sure that we take time to create some infrastructure for ourselves if we are ever in any hypothetical situation. Because I don't even think we really think about it. I never even thought about it my whole time here as a content creator until I was in it. And I was like, oh my God. I never even I didn't even conceive of something like this happening.
But I've dealt with this stuff from the start. In the very, very beginning, I had a subscriber named Kamaya Bell who used to just send me money just randomly, and she would send me naked pictures of herself and pictures of she would stick scissors in her vagina and send it to me. And then one day she said, you know what, you're not fucking responding to me. I want all my fucking money back. They're after me. They're trying to kill me. And I'll never forget, she went live and she had her son and they were running out of the house, and she kept saying people were trying to kill her. She hopped in a lift poor little Muslim lady wearing a hijab. Then you got a crazy lady and her son hopping in your back seat talking about they after me, they trying to kill me. Go, 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 go. It was some crazy shit.
How the fuck did that end?
She said I owe her $600. She never got it back though, but
she's just been on the run since, as far as you know. Like she never showed up in the social media space again or nothing.
Never heard from her again. Her name is Camille Waddell. Never heard from her again. Last video I saw, she was saying people was trying to kill her and was in the lift and was gone. I just, I had never seen scissors inside of a vagina. So, that threw me off right there.
That is somebody that has some, that's what I'm talking about. It is some, this what I meant by 2024 also remind me to push legislation so that people are required to get a psyche eval, even to be a damn supporter, as well as to be a damn influencer. Like, it need to be some licenses to be on the internet, just like it is to drive a goddamn motor vehicle.
I agree.
There need to be some type of a standardized goddamn test that motherfuckers have to submit goddamn to, because this shit is really fucked. I didn't think about how vulnerable we all are to these extreme circumstances like this until stuff like this and stuff like that, what you talked about. And we're just normal people. Like, we didn't plan to be anybody's therapist. This is not a space where this is supposed to be what happens. And us just being people, untrained, put into these extreme ass situations.
And shit happens.
Wow.
And shit happen. Can I actually wait? Do you mind if I not the picture of the scissors, but just like her face? Okay.
Of course.
Okay, wait, let's share that.
Okay, hold on. Let me take down this damn banner. Fair use. Wow. And she just vanished.
She just vanished.
And this is stuff she was sending you.
Stuff she was sending me. Yep.
Okay, now Storm, you go. All right, now I see you scaring me because I don't know what the hell. I don't know what the hell coming next. Okay, we get it. Well, maybe she was already in the future. She knew someday that you would be doing OnlyFans, and and that you would be looking for some help. She was already ahead of the curve. Scissors in the vagina.
Scissors in the vagina. Office scissors. She spread them legs open. Bow through them legs back, stuck that hoe in there. And the crazy thing is, she set up her phone, set it up on a tripod, put the little 10-second countdown, stuck that hoe. Did she lube it up first? I don't know. But I have to ask you this: why do I always attract the crazy people?
Well, clearly you ain't the only goddamn one who attract the disturbed.
I've had people offer to pay me.
I think only the people with the it factor get put in these situations. It's just it's a it, because when you got that juice, like as I was saying to the supporters earlier, there are like levels to supporters. You got at your very regular base level the supporters who are just subscribed, and you don't even see them. They don't even interact. They just watch your content in peace. They go along. They don't send no money. They don't share nothing. No nothing. They just watch in silent, keep it moving. And then you got the fanatics.
Yep.
You got those who are drunk off your essence. They are intoxicated off of your existence. And those be the people who put the office scissors in their punani. Those the people who fake a suicide for attention. Those the folks who pull out, who go to the extreme. Those people who sell their babies to come to your show. Those be the people. And so it can only be the result of the it factor. It just creates, and this is why I be talking to my supporters about good pussy and big dick energy. That all good dick and good pussy starts off as an energy first. So you don't even have to be fucking people for them to lose their mind and for them to act like scoring lovers.
Yeah, and
they've already experienced the essence of the good dick and the good pussy. Just by way of you speaking and existing and walking past them or entertaining them or working with them or living next door to them, etc. That's all it takes.
Because I'll never understand how somebody can be obsessed with me for years and we've never even had sex.
Because y'all have already, they've already been penetrated by you in the spirit.
Oh my God.
That's the way that they are experiencing our essence. It's very much so sexual in nature. It's very much so erotic. And that's when it can get unhealthy. And content creators alike can be insane too. They can create mental health issues in their supporters.
That's true.
By constantly, putting them in stressful predicaments, by making them do things that later on maybe they even regret, especially when they try to weaponize their platforms. You got content creators who use their supporters, who psychologically bash and emotionally and verbally abuse consistently their audiences. So, it could be sickness on both ends. We got some psychopaths in the form of YouTube uploaders, and we got supporters who are psychos in the form of supporters. The pendulum swings from both sides. And, to your point though, we should consider, we gotta, it's a bunch of teachable moments that come out of this situation. And if there's one thing that I think influencers ought to take away from this is like, think about what you would do in a situation like this so that you are prepared on some level if this kind of shit shows up in your experience. And with us being in the business of people, Storm, it means that we're never not going to be dealing with people. Facts. People are going to consistently be a part of our lives. So something like this is bound to happen again in time. Because you're going to run into a little bit of everything. Being accessible to people. Being accessible.
Teresa said, and she really thought the scissors were sexy. Well, as you can see, she thought all of those pictures were sexy. And that I was not turned on. I've had people contact me, Conscious, and say we're soulmates. Mm-hmm. One lady thought we were soulmates because I had a wolf poster and I like crystals and she likes crystals. Somebody else emailed me talking about we were from another galactic planet. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And my commitment issues are because I'm really a woman. And it was some weird shit.
And now, wow. Not that you were a woman, Storm.
A woman from another galactic planet, from another galaxy.
What if you were a female from another part of the universe in a previous incarnation?
Oh shit! I would sell this pussy so much.
Would that explain why so many people think that you are LGBT? Because what they're really picking up on is the feminine energy that was your past life.
Could be. You never know. I've actually seen one of my past lives, so I know what I was in one of my past lives at least. But we have many.
We do.
We have many. But God knew not to make me a woman in this lifetime, because when I tell you I would be weaponizing this coochie,
that part,
I would be running these niggas.
Well, you don't need a coochie to run these niggas and to weaponize. These niggas also pay real good for pussy.
Oh, I had these niggas ready to commit. They'd be ready to kill themselves over me. I would run these niggas. Because I'm not emotional, so I would get their head, their bread, and leave. Like it would.
That sounds a lot. Yeah,
they would be pissed. I would already have a TV show, y'all. I promise y'all, if I was gay, I would already have a TV show, y'all.
But these women out here buying dick too. Like, so dick on the market.
Dick is on the market too.
Dick is on the market. You ain't gotta be gay to make coin off that pussy or the dick. Shit, it's plenty of escorts who eating real good off of Big Mama.
I'm just saying, because I don't see how y'all getting fucked for free. I definitely don't see how y'all do that.
Well, because it's a thing called love storm.
And
some people just like
money. You supposed to say, "Cash at me, daddy. Cash at me, daddy."
Some people just like sex.
It's supposed to be money before he can even touch you. You're supposed to already memorize some credit card numbers. You're supposed to have a monthly allowance.
Jesus Christ.
Y'all really be getting fucked. Indeed. And then you got to go, and then you can't pay your cell phone bill. That's wild to me. Because
a lot of the niggas that they fucking can't pay their cell phone bill either. Sometimes a struggle can only attract struggle.
You got that. That's poor pussy management.
Because see, you gotta think about it. The niggas with money got options. So you got a pussy, but what's gonna make it monetizable?
Well, you do what
you for a man who got money and got means, because he gets to compare and contrast you to the bad bitches that he got access to because of his money.
That's why you do what you got to do to become a bad bitch. Then you learn the art of manipulation. Then you turn stone cold, because when men run into women that are stone cold, they want to break them down into something that's soft. And what do you mean you're not crying over me? And yeah, I mean, and even y'all are crying over these niggas. Like, get that head, get that bread, and leave. Like, you beat that nigga ass and you cry after. Like, I don't know. Anyway, everybody raised different.
That's a whole nother show, Storm. Okay, we can talk about that, and we can talk about selling your pussy in another show. Pussy selling, honey, hitting the block. All right, hitting that back page hard. But I want to thank you for coming up. We do need to do a show about selling pussy. That would be a very interesting show. But is there anything that you want to say on behalf of the subject that we covered?
I just want to say I got Lil Jones back, and I think sometimes she can be a little misunderstood, so I got her back. I want to say I appreciate you for even being bothered with any of this, and everything, especially around your birthday. So definitely appreciate you, but I just think it's a lesson learned to just really be mindful of how you handle people, because you never know what they're dealing with.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, I pray to God that you never, have to again experience craziness. But once again, I'm going to be, because this happened to me. I'm working on putting some protective measures in place for myself too, and that's why I'm also real big on boundaries and all of that when it comes to this online space, because the way people will like weaponize their connection to you and all of that, it's just very wild. So, and I'm not saying that it shouldn't happen, because I love the idea of like supporters, and there are plenty of healthy people worth actually getting to know, and you can't avoid all fucked up people in the world. But you just have to just make sure that you're being diligent and that you're vetting people accordingly, and just try to do your fucking work as well, so that if you have to be in a situation like this, that you can be in it well. But I want to thank you for coming up, and of course I will hit you up as well.
All right.
Follow up.
Of course, you have a good night. And everybody in the chat, have a good night. And yeah, I'm out of here.
That was our Storm Monroe, you guys. Make sure you guys subscribe to the Monroe, honey. He's doing it big over there. Even though I've made a decision to assume that this was a hoax, me like feeling okay, it's not going to like happen overnight. Because even though I've made a decision, I still feel like that. I still feel that heaviness like in my chest, because ultimately I still lost somebody either way too, regardless of whether she did this literally or figuratively. I lost Viper. I'll never know. I will never engage the Viper personality profile ever again. Like, that's gone. So I guess in that way, I still have to grieve, because I still suffered a loss. So I guess I'm gonna grieve. I guess I just realized that I have to grieve either way. So I guess that's something that is going to be something that's going to happen. Is giving myself permission to grieve the situation. But yeah, did all I can do. That's it. So that's it. If there is any updates, if anything ever happens in the future, I will definitely let you guys know what the tea is, and update you guys if I have any other information or experience. And I really just appreciate you guys being supportive, and just thank y'all. And just continue to keep me in your prayers. Once again, I'm not taking any of this stuff into 2024 with me, and I got a whole another type of energy that I'm just on at this point. And I am proud of myself of the way that I handled and that I navigated this, and I hope that that's also a reference for other content creators if they find themselves in some shit like this. And I'm really big on emotional intelligence at this point in these days. I want to shout out my baby mother Via, my baby mother Shauna, my baby mother Tyra, also for the donations. Thank you guys so much. For those of you who have hit the PayPal, I don't get those notifications immediately, but I will give you guys a shout out as well once I check that. And just thank you all. And of course, all of my information is in the comment section below. Just thank y'all for the love and everything. So I will see you guys soon. And I love you all too. Bye.